I ain't gotta switch this. Let's go ahead and get that head big real quick. Let's go ahead and get that head big real quick, you know. I think that's big enough. The head is big enough. Oh, crooked. It's crooked. My box is crooked. Perfection. There we go. We Gucci. Let me get online real quick. Let's bring that back up in here. Gotta bring that back up, man. What's the deal, man? As y'all enter, can y'all please hit them likes? Like, share, and follow. Like, share, and follow. If y'all can do that for me, man. At least hit the likes, man. You ain't even gotta follow. Just hit something, you know? That's what she said, though. That's what she said. Join. People just joining and leaving and joining and leaving? What the heck is going on, man? I hit the likes myself, man. People disrespectful, man. Let me hit these likes real quick, man. Get to this topic. That's funny. That's a funny situation right there. I know everybody talking about this one topic all day. Why is this thing the way it's pulling up everything? It's weird. It keeps showing the individual. This must be an update or something. This thing showing every like I do. There's no way. There's no way. This thing showing everything. That got to be a new update. Man. Y'all can hit these likes for me real quick, man. Share this. Very interesting topic, man. Very, very interesting. Want to start the comeback real strong, you know? I had to get the comeback real strong. Let me see something. Gotta get that. I'm tapping, man. I'm tapping. What's the deal, man? You know, I gotta have the fingers working in here, you know. Get to the style wow real quick. Hold up, me invite some people too. I forgot. Alright, yes. Alright. Who I'm missing? I feel like I'm missing some people. Yeah. Let's see. I miss him? What the heck? Who was that? Thank you for the gifty. Thank you, buddy. I look my head down. I was in the middle of trying to send these invites out real quick, you know. Oh shoot. You ever just about to send some invites, right? And then you make a mistake and click off the screen. You gotta redo the invites again, man. Trying to irritate. That's irritate, man. Alright, hold on real quick. Gotta get these invites going. Who I'm missing? Oh, I know who most definitely I want to send in here. The main one to be talking about this. I'm ready to talk about this. I was ready to talk about this one. Get her in here. I got 12, so alright. I ain't got that many friends on here, I forgot. Dang. Alright, I just gotta send that. I forgot. So I'll send that on there. I'll bring him in here. would bring. Dang. I did it again. I did it again. Let's see. This is the main person I want to bring in here. Miss Tone herself. Freak. Miss Tone herself. Oh my, I just clicked off this. I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get Island in here. That's the main one I want in here. She won't make me think about this. Let's bring her. Let's bring Forever. Oh, I almost swiped out again, man. That junk irritating. I must got a crooked finger or something. This be slapping. That junk. Alright, hold up. I'm trying to think who else to bring in here. That's all I can find right now. Alright, let me see something real quick. What the heck? Why I can't see y'all? You got that iPhone sensitivity, right? Why the heck? Hold up, I can see y'all comment. Hold up. I can't. What the freak? I can't see y'all comments. I don't see where you put. I love this topic. I see Daz comment something. Them Rockets. What's the deal, Daz? What the freak? Why I don't see y'all? Oh, okay. Never mind. I see it. What the freak? This new update got all type of stuff. It keeps showing me all the joins and stuff. That junk annoying. Why are they showing too much stuff? That's freaking crazy. That don't make sense. That doesn't make sense. I know the main person I'm trying to get in here, Miss Island herself. She the one made me think of this topic. Miss Tone herself. The one with the tone. The one with the tone that said I can't hear without a tone. Funny. So funny. That's so funny. I guess I started up. I guess so. I gotta act like I ain't used to this, man. I gotta get back to it. I took a couple day break and don't know how to act now. Alright, so the topic itself. The topic, man. Oh yeah, I think King had the junior version of this last time he was in here. You had the junior version of it. So the topic. When you really want to understand tone don't matter. What the freak I just said? Let me do that over again. I'm so quick to hurry and say tone so fast. I just said the topic wrong. When you really want to understand, tone don't matter. And then the second part is, only time tone matters is when you listening with your feelings. Yes. And that's something I have figured out. I figured it out, I take time and try to put the pieces to the puzzle. I'm like, why do tone matter? I always had to ask myself that, I had to ask myself that. Why do it matter? It made me think on it like, that's very, very, very interesting. Interesting. Alright, so. Thank y'all for the likes and all that stuff, What's up with the oop? What's that? So, this is very, very juicy. What's the deal, Aries? Is in the building. How you feeling? Don't yell too loud. That tone right there. That tone. You yelling too loud. It matters. It matters so much. Why would you put the exclamation point? I can't understand my name from this point because you put exclamation point. It's like, nah, but tone and volume, two different things, though. So, I'm so ready for this one right here. So, let me get to the topic now. So. All right, let me go back to it again. So, I figured it out, man. I know a lot of people be like, tone matters. Yeah, of course, to a certain extent. Yeah, it matters depending on the type of person you is, too. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, sometimes, said definitely yielded. Yeah, I can understand that though, because sometimes, yeah, and all of us have feelings, of course. So Uh, yeah, it do. I feel you. I feel you on that though. I feel you on that because all of us have feelings, so of course it matters. So, all right, and that's what I mean about that section. Second part of the time is when you listen. Oh shoot, slapping stuff. I don't know how to act now. I done came back. Not used to being in live mode again. So, all right, but yeah, it most definitely matters. But when it comes to the message and stuff, when you really want to understand, that's what point I want to get to. I think you can understand anything, depending no matter how I say it. You can understand stuff through expressions. You can understand it through even people that's you know why somebody angry. Sometimes you can understand the message through that. They don't even have to say nothing. That's back to that with that body language that we was talking about. So we can see how people raging and all that stuff. We gonna understand what's going on, even though they didn't really say it. They can, you understand a lot through really just the actions. Somebody can say one thing like, you know what, I'm not hurt, but you know what I'm saying? But then you could tell through off that, you know what I'm saying? They could say, I'm not hurt, but then the way they talking sound hurt. So that's why I say you could really even that, just the voice itself, it really just, it matters and it don't at the same time. That sounds like a oxymoron, don't it? But my whole point of this is like when you really want to deeply understand the message or you deeply want to make change within something and you want to like really, really want to hear a message, tone really don't matter, man. You're gonna listen, you're gonna try to figure out that message any type of way you can get it, right? So like for instance, if somebody have to be like, man, get your jazz up, you need to get to work, get the grinding or something like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of your you gotta, let's use a gym for instance, you know what I'm saying? If you don't push that weight, dog, you weak mother, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The way you said it could be delivery, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that it's motivating you, you know? It's motivating you. Maybe they had it. Okay, so maybe in the way that do, I guess the tone, I don't know. It wasn't even the tone, but they still got the message out of it, so it helped you out, you know? Yeah, it is. That's word of choice, not tone. I feel you. I feel you. But they even say that though. Even some of the word they just you could. That's what I mean about that. They be the words of choice that still consider tone to people sometimes. That's what I mean about it. But uh, let's see, Touche. But uh, even with that, that's what I mean. Like they even mix that up. I don't even think people really know what tone is. Really, tone. They say that's volume sometimes. Tone can be delivery sometimes. Tone can be word of choice. What is tone? Let's go ahead. We gotta look that up though. We gotta look that up though, because we do use that on like three different things, and it don't even be that. Oh my! But basically, with that, most of the time, what I mean by that, it comes with a lot of feelings behind it, which everybody has feelings and stuff. So that is why why it would matter to a certain extent. But I mean, like at the end of the day, when you really want to hear the message and want to focus on what you need to hear, or that you really striving to hear something like that, you're gonna take it. You're gonna figure that message out even through the rough tone. Cause I done heard some harsh stuff, but speaking just like okay, we can go back to Kevin Samuels. Like even through his stuff, he might put it in a harsh tone, delivery, or whatever. But through that, I still can hear his message. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's like it's the reason why I say that, because a lot of people lack emotional control for real. Like a lot of us don't know what to do. And that's the reason why I teach on that. So the reason why I say that is because, once you have your feelings in check, you know what I'm saying, and try to figure out something through without taking it, because a lot of us just take things personal. That's what it is. That's the reason why the tone would matter, because when somebody say something, it's gonna hit us at a different angle. Ooh, you gotta be talking about me. You ever been like at a church and stuff, right? You ever been at a church and then you feel like the pastor is talking to you and all that stuff? So you ever been like that and you be like, dang, he gotta be talking about me. Then you feeling all guilty and all that stuff or whatever. So you like, no, ain't no way. That's why I don't like these churches. They be judging me and all that stuff. Pastor never said nothing straight to you, but you take it that way. But, you know, what I'm getting to about that is like when you really like deeply trying to figure out the message, or you go try to understand it, which we was talking about that before. We know understanding is key. Forget all that communication. It's like, no, but understanding is key. When you try to, that's what I'm saying. Like even with that, Let's talk about a lion or something. Let's talk about a lion though. We know if that boy he ain't got to roar at us or nothing, even though they go back to the body language and all that stuff. But we understand what he trying to do. You know what I'm saying? If he looking at us a certain way, he gon' he trying to bite us and he trying to put us as food. I don't like this. I don't like this new update they got because the likes is showing it's covering all the messages up. That's crazy. Why does it's always something new? TikTok, come on, TikTok. It's crazy. But yes, that's why I put the second part down because yes, all of us have feelings. So yes, it can't matter to a certain extent. But it just depend on. But I'm saying when it got something dealing with a message, when you really want to hear a message, you're gonna listen to it any type of way you can figure it out. When you put your feelings to the side, that's all it takes really. When you stop taking things personal and because like I said, a majority of us do that. We do that, especially that's that main word that get us all. When they hear that word all, not all. You know what I'm saying? And when you jump into that, that's when your feelings get into it. But when you try to figure out the message through it, even if they say all or not, they can say you. You know what I'm saying? You the one that can figure that out and know that they're not talking about personally you. You know what I'm saying? Even if they say you. So that's what I'm meaning about. No matter what, if you, no matter how the message is said, if you really, really striving and want to understand, or you really trying to make some type of change within yourself to hear a message, the tone really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You're going to figure it out no matter how they doing, how they delivering it, how they saying it, even if it's the worst way. If it's something that's helping you, and because a lot of time it just make us uncomfortable. Once you comfortable with being uncomfortable, that's another whole thing though. Anyways, but once you figure it out, like you can read through certain people's tone and stuff. So that is my whole main thing on that though. But since I got my people's in the box, might as well let's get it going, man. It's gonna be a long night. So who first? I know y'all want to tear me a new one right now.
No, I got clarity. I want Touche was in first, so let my man talk.
Okay, Touche, my boy
I'm
Touche.
just here. I'm just here to bring people in because every time I say something, Kev be on my head.
Say what?
I'm just
Hey,
here to
hey, it's
support.
funny. It's funny. I was literally listen to a video like, dang, this dude really think I don't. Oh man, I swear he
I
remind me.
feel like
When I was listening to that video, I
all I'm
said he remind me of one of my bros and stuff though, because it's like a couple friends I just cannot. We be on two different pages, and I'm like, whatever, man, it's cool, whatever.
no. I
we
feel like once again, I'm not saying you wrong. Just as a disclaimer, if you have emotional intelligence and you know how to put your feelings to the side, then yeah, of course you'll get the message. But being human and when I say human, having mistakes and having flaws and having emotions, sometimes you gotta kind of like, I get what you say, sugarcoat it, coddled it first, but say it and then say it like, okay, at this point now I'm not telling you again because I done already been nice and told you in a way where I felt like you would get the message, but you didn't get it. So now this is the harsh truth. Like I'm very much like that with my female friends
I was just
and
about to
even my
say that.
homeboys. I know, but I'm like that with I just got on the phone with my best friend not too long ago, and I'm like, hey, bro, like, what's up? Like, we ain't chopped it up in a minute. And he was like, nah, man, it's just like when we talked last time. I said, all right, bro. Like, I done sat back here and I done been nice, and I
That's
done
what it
tried to
takes
coddle you,
sometimes.
but now I'm not giving you that because I've
I feel
already
you.
tried that with you.
I feel you.
Right, but once I've tried it with you, it's different because it's not like you ain't hearing this.
Right.
This is a shock. I'm just now hearing this for the first time. No, you heard
Exactly.
this before, and now you're hearing it again,
That's
and now
that.
I'm coming
Yeah.
at you like this. So
That's
I
that.
mean,
I
I
feel
don't.
you though. You do change tones when you get fed up. Like you say it nice.
But
All right, you don't get me. Okay, I'm gonna put it another way. Oh, still not getting me. Okay, maybe I gotta say it like what I'm saying. I feel you on that.
but
So in a way,
but
okay, I can say that yes. But of course, it do matter. I'm gonna say it do matter too because some people gotta use tone. And I'm gonna put it this way. I'm gonna say it matters, but the way people use it, they make it seem like it's a negative thing. Because sometimes tone can be a good thing too. That's another thing. So people be
it
missing
depends.
that part. Like some people actually have to hear it in a better way. Because it's like that one child. You can talk to that one child some type of way. The other one you got to be tougher on. You know what I'm saying? Some people got to be softer on. Some people got to be tougher on. But then they
But
both understand the message. Well, it just depends. You know what
Kev,
I'm saying? But
You
yeah,
got me conflicted, man. I'm torn in my head because I'm agreeing with you and disagreeing with you at the same time. But you said, for real, you got good topics. But you said something earlier that brought a lot of clarity to this conversation from the last time, right? It's the
mm,
definition of it. Most of the time, people are talking about word choice versus tone. Tone, here, I always look at tone, and even when I teach it to companies and as far as the employees talking, tone is the punctuation mark of our conversation. There's a difference between you saying, Mama, stop it. Mama, stop it. Mama, stop it. I'm changing the tone of voice, and it gives it a totally different definition each time. So you can say the same exact sentence, and the tone you use could change the meaning of it. But when we change the words, we switch over to word choice. And a lot of times, people are offended by word choices because their IQs don't match the person that's sending the message. And that's where, see, when I start looking at it from what you were saying as word choice, I agree with you 110%. You can't hold the message accountable for your lack of intelligence on something. And a lot of times people do that. If the doctor comes in and just tells you based on his education what the diagnosis is, you get offended. You got offended at the word choice. There was no tone he could have used that have made that message clearer,
Right.
but you took it personal because you didn't understand what they were saying. And I think a lot of times people are more offended by the intelligence level of somebody versus the tone of what somebody's saying. Because I think I hear a lot of people say things in the right tone,
And they still call
but
it
it's
tone.
the words. Yeah, but it's the word they're using. It's like,
Yep.
if you grew
I'm
up
gonna
in
be
an
honest with
environment like,
you. What? Go ahead. I'm sorry, King. I'm sorry. I
no,
didn't
go
know
ahead,
if to
bro.
say
Go
something
ahead, bro.
to what
No,
you were
I don't mind.
saying.
I don't mind.
Like
I don't
it,
mind
like
jumping in.
it,
Go ahead.
I feel like it's delivery as well, right? We all seen the movie How High, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all seen that. Everybody seen How High with Method Man and Redman. Remember when he was first going to holler at old girl? He said, "Hey Jamal, all them was no, don't and stop." And that all kind of wrong, my brother. All they would tell me is no, don't stop. Like you get what I'm saying? Like it, but in that sense, it's just different wordplay. Like people kind of play
Right.
on vocabulary a lot to win to bring a certain thing out of certain people, right? Like I said, me and Kev could talk about something, and I could be like, "No, Kev, that's not it." Then when Kev start getting hype up, and be like, "No, y'all ain't playing," I'll be like, "No, Kev, you not listening." Like it's you get what I'm saying? It does. It's just the delivery and the timing on it. Me
Right.
and Kev was in a space this morning, and it was about delivery and we forgetting timing. The way you say certain stuff at a certain time, because some people may be emotionally invested in something, and that
Yeah.
don't make them wrong. That make them human, and they may take something as a the message may not get clear because they emotionally invested. You get what
Right.
I'm
So the
saying? You
most,
gotta
yeah,
it's time and delivery, your tone.
and part of delivery and presentation is tone, right? It's like I could say this word, two words, stop it. You could say it in different tones and have different meaning. If that girl said stop it, that means stop it, right? If she say
That
stop
means
it,
like stop
Stop
playing.
it.
there's a tone.
Stop
I just changed the
it.
tone. I did
Jimmy,
not
you
change the
won't,
word.
don't it? You
I
won't.
changed the tone, right? So you gotta clearly define what the tone is in the conversation in order to take it the right way. So tone can
I
sway a
think I get
person.
it.
But here's the thing I wanted to get was this, right? Was the person who's vulnerable and has the allowance to say it is two things. And I love what you were saying, Kevin. If I come to you, Kev, and I say I need your advice, I no longer have the right to tell you what tone I'm talking. I have to position myself to be receptive. If you come to me and offer
I
your
like
advice
that.
without me asking, I now get to say it's the tone you're using. That's my
I get
litmus
you.
test right there. Is
I
that,
get you.
I came to you, Kev. If I came to you, you the teacher, because I do it to people all the time. What you're not going to do is tell me how to teach and what tone to teach you than if you came to me. But if I came to you respectfully, I have to monitor who you are and present it in the right tone with the right word choice in order to not offend you. Because if I came to you, I'm not cognizant of your feelings. If you came to me, you put your feelings on the line.
Then
And that's
you
how I
also
deal with
gotta
people most of the time.
and when we
I
have
get you. That
and
makes
when we have
sense.
a conversation, when we are conversing, not you telling me something or something like that. Yeah, we have to be more fair with hearing each other out, right? That's one of the biggest
Right.
problems that I hear on this app. Now I don't judge, but I am gonna say at the end of the day, it affected me in the standpoint when I watched Edgar bring a woman up that he had like they had bickering with, and I'm not against his rules, but you not gonna sit back here and belittle me on your platform. I'll just leave, or I mean, you can just
Right.
kick me off because you're not gonna belittle me and talk to me any kind of way because I'm in your space. We can just not talk as adults. But when you say, no, you're going to listen to me, and no, I said this, why y'all acting like y'all don't understand? It's like, bro, you're not a drill sergeant. You're not my drill sergeant. We're not in the military, and I'm no longer receptive to your message. Your message is falling on deaf ears. That's all you did. So now we don't understand each other, and now it just expands a gap. Yesterday I got on Dazzle Live, and I just wanted to talk to Dazzle and just say, hey Dazzle, somebody in Dazzle Live came at me and said, hey bro, we ain't talking like that. I said, excuse me, sir, I was not talking to you, so please refrain from talking to me in that tone, because you're disrespecting me. I'm not disrespectful, and it was just really petty, and I was like, you know what, Dazzle, I'm just gonna leave because the unfortunate thing about the internet, and I'm gonna keep it 100, and this is true, half of the people that be talking to people crazy ain't talking to people crazy face to face.
No, they're not. That's facts.
You're not
That's
talking the
facts.
same way face to face. So if you're not gonna talk to me in the same manner you would in my face, because you know how it will go down, have that same respect to me. And that's what I'll be getting at. Like, you feel me? That's my problem. Is
people are not skilled in the art of tone, which is what throws it off, because tone is like, it's like seasoning for food, right? Sure, that chicken is edible, but without salt on it, it just don't taste right. I can eat it and I can survive, but so when I eat chicken, I want it to be seasoned, and tone sometimes seasons what you're about to say. It's like I can say, listen, Kev, you better listen to me. I can say, hey, listen to this, Kev. It changes the whole feeling of the conversation, and it makes it receptive. And my philosophy is this: a farmer would never ever plant a seed in the ground that doesn't seem fertile. So as a messenger delivering a message, if I really want to teach you, I'm going to look at that ground that I'm dealing with emotionally. But once again, if you just came to me, that's a whole different animal.
Right. So isn't it like, even with that, isn't it like two sides to that though? Because one of the receptive, the person that's receiving the message, and you, and they just can't take like a tone in general. You know what I'm saying? Because you can put it in any type of tone, but how do you know the person that you talking to can is good at? Because like anything, like I think it's like a two-way thing. Because sometimes some people just can't handle it any, especially when it get personal. They can't handle the same tone that you do to everybody else, right? So it's like you do the same thing to everybody else, and then it's be the next person, they can't handle the same tone or whatever. Especially when it get personal. When it get personal, I know this.
It's like Dazzle said, there's levels to this thing, man. And so what I do is, once I put it out there,
like we was talking about earlier,
I test people down. There's levels to your communication styles, right? I'm at the point where I put a little bit out there and watch your response. If I can see you not too responsive, I'm not gonna give you the whole message. I'm not wasting my time, because I don't want to get no unnecessary conflict.
And that's the thing too, that I feel like if I was in your position, Kev, sometimes I just be like, just speaking from like, if we have to switch spaces, bro. All right, if that's the way you live your life, you know why? Because you want to change. I can't give you game unless you're receptive to game, and I can't say, I'm not gonna sit here and battle with you on that. Your message, I understand that you motivated. You want to be a motivator. But if I'm in a gym and you my trainer, and you telling me, come on, Tubby, you fat, ain't you tired? I'm gonna quit. I'm not even coming. He's not motivating me to be here. He's not motivating me to be here. Like, I'm just starting to work out. Like, now maybe down the line, if I'm lifting weights and we getting more, a relationship is better then, yeah, you can talk to me a certain way when in the gym, and it might motivate me. But in the beginning, you have to learn to talk to people. You have to. Because you don't know what makes them.
We have a habit. We like to talk to people we have no relationship with.
That's what I mean. It's a two thing. I think you got to just understand the person you talking to sometimes too. Because I'm about to say it's a two-way thing. Because how do you learn when everybody got their own type of way of talking, right? So how do you won't be able to learn how to talk to somebody, because neither side really know each other, right? So how do we know the difference if somebody just too not easy at receiving information versus a person that don't know how to talk to somebody, right? But how do we know the difference on that?
You just laid it out. That's the issue we have in today's society, is that we don't get to the point where we want to build relationships before the conversation happens, or to get deeper. We just want to talk. People are not communicating. They confuse talking with communicating. If you have a desire to communicate, you kind of take the time to assess the room, because you know what? You're going to increase a wise person going to increase their listening. They're going to listen more. They're going to talk before they talk, so they don't waste their words. What we do is we're so free of a society, we just walk up to strange people and want to run off at the mouth, just talk. And social media makes it worse. We just get up there, everything we can say whatever. We have no relationship established, so how could we possibly know what tone to talk to you in?
Yeah, I feel you on that.
I'm gonna
So
be
it's
honest
just like
with you.
it's really like a gamble, right? It's kind of a gamble.
Whenever I meet somebody, I immediately explain. You know, I kind of always do this. Hey, if I say something that may bother you, by all means, tell me that bothers you, right?
Right.
Because I don't know you, and I don't want to rub you the wrong way. So before we even get into, that's my introduction. Are we in the same setting and we talking? Hey, if I say something that may be hurt your feelings, or it may rub you the wrong way, tell me so I don't make that mistake again.
Right.
So now I know how to operate with you, and now
Right.
you know that Touche cool, because he'll check the temperature of the room. I don't just, and that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of
Right.
times we just say stuff to people and be like, "You supposed to eat this pill," and they be like, "Wait a minute, like
So
you don't
I
even
think
know
what
how
I'm getting out
to
of that,
receive that."
what I'm getting out of that, and that's what I probably need to teach myself on is I basically would have to, like, especially if I feel like if I had to tell somebody about them, so like if I was talking to my mother or somebody like that, even though we know each other, so I can do that. So I would say, like, especially if I don't know a person all the way, I would say before, it's like, especially if it's gonna get personal, I should ask first, like, you know what, I see your problem, you know what I'm saying, or you know, I don't know if how I'm gonna put it, but I can let you know, something like that. Just like give just like you said, gotta get
Kev, let's do
invitation,
this.
right?
Yeah,
Let's do
you're
this.
right.
Let's
You
do
got
this,
it.
Kev.
Permission.
Let's
Permission,
do
okay.
this, Kev. Me and you meeting each other, right? Hey, Kev, I don't know how you may take this, bro, but I just want to tell you that when you kind of talk, you kind of harsh, and it kind of triggers me. So if you could kind of work on that, so I don't get triggered and it don't transpire out of control, so we can understand each other. Bam! I just
Yeah.
explained to you that I feel a certain way and I am a certain way, and I know that I don't know if you talk like this, but I'm telling you that if you talk to me a certain manner, that it might just affect me. So in
Right.
order for us to that's proactive problem solving in a sense. I don't know how you may
Yeah.
take what I say, but I want you to understand that I'm not saying this from a place of anger. I'm not saying this from a place of controlling. I'm not. When you do that to people and you give them that disclosure, now they're receptive. They may not take as everything
Yeah.
as they would to heart. They might
That's
not
Yeah.
be like, oh, you disrespect me. Oh, you talking about me. Now they ain't on defense
right.
mode.
Right. Right.
Now they like, oh, it's a warning. This is a warning sign. And then I also tell people too, if you don't like something that I say to you, or you don't like something I do, tell me. And if you cannot handle it, I will understand and I will respect the fact that we do not need to be talking about this kind of situation with each other because you're not ready
Right.
And
for that.
you made me think on it about it too, on the other way around. I think even the person that's like, say, okay, for me, for instance, though, it made me realize that too. I think it's feelings on both ends too, because I think even to be passionate, there
Yeah.
had to be some type of feelings behind it, right? So I think some of the
Yes.
times, which I'm just noticing, that's what I'm saying. It's some stuff I gotta get in check myself, because a lot of times I will probably respond off of, because I'm like, man, dang, why are you saying it like that? This gotta, because I care out of people and stuff. So I think it's emotions exchanging on both sides, right? In a
Yeah.
way,
Yeah, but
just to be even passionate, you got to have some type of emotion behind it. That's why you got a certain response, or you respond a different way, because
And
you want to
Kev.
get somebody to understand what you're
and
saying and all that stuff,
we're
right?
not taking your passion away from you, right? Like
Right.
I'm never
Right,
taking your passion away from you. Keep that same passion, but because it's you gotta still feel out this person. Today they may be
right,
receptive to how you talk.
right.
Tomorrow they might be a little more okay, well it's kind of like a rough day. That's why whenever I talk to people, hey, how y'all doing? You having a good day? All right, hey, cool. I'm
We
filling
don't.
the room out.
Yeah, we got
We
to check
gotta
people's
fill the room
temperature.
out.
Kev, you know, Kev, you've been in my lives. The tone I have in my life versus your life is two different things. When you come in my life, I said that, just like Touche said, I said the rules. If you sensitive, I'm very direct when I'm doing this. If you don't want to be in here, keep scrolling. I set that
Right,
tone from the jump. Now, when I come
right.
in your live, I don't bust up in the room talking about, if y'all sensitive, get out the live, because I'm going to say what I got
I
to
need to start
say.
doing that.
No. I set
Get
the
y'all
tone.
sensitive out here, say for you,
When
know.
in my live, in my live, I set the tone. In your live, I check the temperature, and then I
I
respond to
got you.
people based on what I heard. So, like you said, Kevin, I'm saying that because what you just said is true. There's emotions on both sides, but
It
are we
is. Yeah, it
skilled
made me
enough
think
to
about
to
that. Y'all
set
just
to
learned that
tell
today.
people
That's
where we at?
crazy. I
But you
told
know
you I
what,
get
Kim?
taught.
That's why, for instance, when we disagree, right? And you was like, "You're crazy." I'm like, bro, why are you so amped up? Because I want to go about life this way. Listen, if we in a horror
Probably
movie
speak.
camp and you want to run left and I want to run right, and you be like, "You're crazy," bro. Let me
Yeah,
run my
that come out of
way.
being hurt or feeling hurt or something like that. Like, dang, I don't want this to, I don't want this to happen to you. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just that's what that passion come from. Like, man, why you doing
Man,
this? Why you doing this to yourself? That's like you
when I
seeing somebody, but it is emotion on both ends. That's what it is. It is really,
when I
you
feel
know what I'm
if I
saying?
feel my emotional temperature getting too high in anybody's room, I just leave
Yeah,
because I can
And
feel. I
that
know
and that's
me.
it. And that's what happened in Dazzle thing yesterday. When I was in Dazzle thing and a dude came at me sideways, I was like, at
All
this
right, bro.
point in life, at this point in life, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm finna hit the switch, and I know that deep down inside, you wouldn't talk to me like that if we were face to face. You definitely me because what we would do if you disrespected me at that very moment in face to face, your lips and my fist would have had a conversation. So let me go ahead and I respected Dazzle. I said, you know what? Let me just get on out of her space because, like I said, you could tell somebody, yeah, we better than that. You know what? Sometimes as a person who's spiritually inclined, it's hard for me to look the other way. I'm half hood, half holy. Pray with me, don't play with me because I still got it. I still
I
got
feel
it.
you, man. And I gotta do you
Hey,
the
I
same way I
love
do
it.
everybody else, man. I feel you on that, but that's just something you gotta work on for real. Like that's like, and you got
I
nothing to
know, I
prove, and you should
know. I got
never let nobody get you out your square, man. I hear a lot of
no, but
people talk about that. I would want somebody to do the same thing to me though. So it's like
you
I
know what?
wouldn't want you to be in no danger because of the way somebody else is talking and all that stuff. So
But you know what the thing
because
is
people gonna
too?
talk.
I be telling people this that we see this sound on TikTok. How many of y'all say I never said I was healed. I said I was healing. Don't mean I can't
Right.
I can't revert back. And I don't want to, but out of respect as a man, as a human being, as somebody who's living this earth 31 years of life, I demand respect as a man. And you're gonna
See, this
respect
how I
me as
do it.
such.
This how I do it. I would like I look at it, and that's why I say I use my ego to try to keep me in check a little bit too. Because the same way, otherwise, like even if you like say if you did react to another person and stuff, that's them still winning in a way because that's what they wanted to get at you anyways. So
Yeah,
that's like
you're right. And as you being my brother, I'm gonna tell you, you are definitely right. But you know how many people I have punched squared in the mouth, and they realize I can't talk to everybody like that. Maybe I need to watch how I
yeah.
talk.
But
Yeah,
you're gonna do the wrong
sometimes.
person one day. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's limits to that though. Like that don't work because some people waiting to get punched in their mouth so they can do worse. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going that way of living is dangerous. That's why I say that's why we gotta pick and choose our battles sometimes. So it's better to avoid confrontation than get with it because sometimes these little kids ain't playing. They not doing no punch. Oh, you punched me? Okay. I got some friend for you, you know what I'm saying? So it's picking and
You
choosing the
know,
battle for real.
you know what, you know what, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm agree with you on that, right? You want to know something that somebody once upon a time told me
What's
in a
that?
battle of respect, I'm not gonna fear the outcome, right? Matter of fact, Nipsey said it too. I'm not playing about my respect. I'm a man first, and then I'm everything else after that. I am a man first, and I'm everything else after that. King is like, for instance, I feel like King a lot of the time he got kids. He has to establish to respect me as a man, right? Once upon a time in a faraway country. What? All right, I don't know what that was, but I get what you're saying. But one thing that I'm willing to do, Kev, and I accepted this in my life. I'm pretty sure the higher power know that I accepted this. I'm not playing over disrespect. Me and my mom have a conversation about that too. I'm not gonna let you talk to me any kind of way because I don't have to. I don't have to take that energy in. That could be emotionally damaging to me by just accepting something that does not fit with my spirit. You feel me? I would never tell you to accept certain stuff, Kevin, because if it detriments your spirit and it can hurt you in the long run.
Yeah,
Hey,
so. So you
You my
willing to
boy.
take the gamble of emotional damage than physical damage that can probably be permanent? You willing to take that
I wa-
type of gamble?
yes, because the reason why emotional damage, it takes way longer to heal than physical
I think
damage.
no. I think even with that, if you got somebody that's pushed you to that limit, that's something you seriously have to work on because physical damage that's irreplaceable. You know what I'm saying? You can literally work on
Let
that.
me ask you
You know what I'm
this.
saying? But if you end
Let's
up punching somebody or somebody get back at you and do you worse, you ain't gonna have no time to even think about your emotion
I'm a,
then.
I'm a,
If you
I'm gonna
six
tell
foot
you
under,
I'm gonna tell you this. I want you to do a poll. Maybe we can make this a topic later, but we gonna have to talk about this, and I know it's gonna probably ruffle a lot of people's feathers.
hmm
The question is, which one is worse? Is it mentally damaging or physically damaging?
okay.
I have
So
asked people. No, wait. Let me get this out. I have asked people that have been in both, and a lot of people have said mental damage. Because I don't want to say the other word. I really dislike that other word. But mental damage has a longer effect on you because it takes
yeah,
longer to heal. Because why? Whatever keeps playing in their head keeps playing. It's in
right.
repeat. It don't stop. It's just like for instance, my mom once upon a time told me that, oh, your dad wasn't doing what I wanted him to do, so I kicked him out. Do you know how mentally damaging that was to me?
Yeah, I feel you
That
on that.
mentally replayed. Like I done had a busted lip before. I done had a black eye. That heals. But
So
mental continuously goes and keeps playing in your mind like it's on
and I,
replay.
I agree. I
That's
agree
why I
with
say
that though.
mental damage.
I agree with that. Mental
You
damage is
feel me?
worse.
So yeah,
Yeah.
but then again, I don't want to make it a which one is worse kind of thing. But just for topic
I'm talking about
conversation,
for that situation though. I'm
if
gonna
you
explain that though as soon as you get finished.
oh yeah, but that's I have had both. Yes, mentally it's hard, and I have
Yeah,
physical stuff that is not able to hit. Yeah, I mean it depends on your situation. You feel me? But
yeah.
like
So,
I tell people that you go ahead. I want to hear.
oh
I
no,
gotta hear what you
oh
say now.
yeah, yeah. You already know. I heard a lot. I heard a lot. So, with that, I told that's why I said I totally agree with that though. Mental is that, but it's like even with that, that's like something selective that you really have to keep your to work because all right, I'm gonna put it this way, because I the way you use that in that scenario, I would rather take a mental damage in that situation because the reason why I say that is because you said that because a dude disrespect you. Now that's got to do a lot to do with pride, right? I got a lot to do
Yeah.
with pride because you have to show you got to be some type of respect or something like that. But nobody owes
Mm-hmm.
you respect, right? Nobody owes you
Right.
respect. So you will if you use it if you surround your mental around respect, that's already a and I don't, you know what I'm saying? You said somebody taught you that, whatever. That is a horrible way of because you're gonna be looking for that for the rest of your life, right?
Yeah.
So, and I'm pretty sure you said you like peace, right? You're a peace person, right? Just like me, right? I
Yeah.
think
So a lot of the
so.
time
That
I
that don't
turn it down. I'm,
that's counter. That's counter. If
you
you
know, you
if
know what? And I agree with you. I'm gonna agree with you because it's situational, right? It's very situational. So in certain situations, I played the trap card and never said nothing. Oh yeah, I'm about to get out of this situation.
yeah,
What they
you
say on
gotta walk
Friday?
away. I was just about to
What
say that.
what they say on Friday? What they say on Friday? See
Mm,
these. You live to do what again? Live another day. So it's been
exactly.
times where I've avoided it, but I don't want to say if I had to choose, I'm definitely going to take the physical. I'm gonna heal from that. But the mental, but the mental,
So
the mental, I'm
I
not
look at it
taking.
this way though. I look at it this way. So say if it's, this is what I mean. I know there's a lot. It's stored up in a lot of us though. I understand that though, and I understand it. And like I said, it's just something you. I mean, you just got to keep working on for real. Like on serious. And we getting older and older. That's something that's really I would deeply focus on that. So I look at it this way. It's to a point where if you walking down the street and a group of guys with some hoodies on, like, hey, dog, what up, lad? You know what you doing in my hood and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Talking a little
I'm
greasy
gonna
and stuff, a
play it
little
smart.
punk look.
I'm gonna play smart. I'm gonna play
Okay,
chess.
dang, I can't use that. Hold on, let me not use that. You right. Dang.
I'm gonna play chess. It's a
So
group of people. Like let's think. Now you're just not thinking at all, right? You're not thinking. Like it was six of them. Like if you came to me and told me, man, I just got jumped on by six dudes. What did you say? I told them I wasn't gonna say. I told them mind their business. Well, I mean, you kind of opened the doorway for that. I mean, why you just didn't answer it and get out of there and live the? Now look at you, black eye.
Mm-hmm.
Now you and depending on what they say to you, you might mentally be scarred too. Now you done.
Oh, you double,
You get
double.
me?
You gotta
Yeah.
get double.
Now
Now that's sad. You got your head
you
whooped
gotta
in you.
yeah, you got a double whammy. Like, but that's what I'm getting at is it's an old country song. It says you gotta learn when to hold 'em and when to fold. Like, I'm not gonna be crazy now. All right, I ain't the strongest. I'm not Hercules, so I know when to kind of say, you know what, I'm gonna take option number two today.
Look,
Bill Nye the Science Guy, because guess what? Option number one ain't looking like it's playing out in my head too well. You probably seen the movie Sherlock Holmes, and if you ain't seen it with is this Robert Downey Jr. who played Iron Man?
what fairy talking
Yeah,
about? You
he all
saying the
every.
opposite.
All I'm saying is, listen. Sometimes it's okay to go walk away. It's okay, but you
All
gotta
the time
realize
is
this too.
okay in my
Not
book.
not if you not if you
Unless it's
not if
dealing
you
with
put your
family or
hands on
something
me.
that you got to defend yourself, that's the only thing different. But if you can walk, you got an option to walk away. Look, I even told my dad, or you know what I'm saying, or tell people about, they said getting a pew pew or something like that. I like, just because you get a pew pew, that don't mean you're gonna win that war. You know what I'm saying? I said
That
I will
don't
still treat it like I ain't got no
woo,
pew pew in my pocket, and I'm gonna try to avoid it as much as I can. So
do
that's
you
why
know
I
that
say I,
I'm gonna tell you a time when I was reckless, right? A dude had a pew pew. He like, I got pew pew on me right now, and everybody could get. I said they ain't stopped making yours when they ain't stopped making them when they made yours. Do you know that my homie who had the pew pew on me was like, why would you say that? And you know that I got it, and you wasn't nowhere near me when you said that. I said, I don't know. I felt like he was nowhere at that time. But I mean, I wasn't gonna let him punk me. But I was younger, right? I was
yeah.
younger then. Now you tell me you got pew pew on you. All right, I don't get one because we both got pew pew now. So what y'all want to do?
Right. But that's one thing. Like I said, I grew up the
I mean,
same
because
as
we
I
can't
grew
really
up the
say the
exact
other
same exact way.
word.
Huh? You said what? Shay?
Huh? You got pew pew on you. I got pew pew too.
Uh,
Can you hear me? Can you hear
yeah, I
me?
hear you. I hear you.
Can you hear me now? Oh, yeah, but you know, sometimes you gotta play it smart. I got little homies. I tell them that every time. Every time. Hey, bro, don't play that game because you and my little homies play a lot. They like little brothers to me, right? They like little brothers I never had. I mean, I got two brothers, but they like little brothers. Man, on everything, man, I throw these hands at you. I'm gonna hurt you. I love you, but I'm gonna hurt you. Oh man, why
Hmm.
you gonna do me like that? Because why I gotta teach you a lesson some type of way. But I would rather y'all play with me like that and learn than y'all go out there and try to play with the wrong person and now pew pew and now what? Now what you do? And all my little homies are quick to tell you, I got pew pew on me too. Now what? It'd be like,
Fairy on some
boy, they
freaky
ain't stop
stuff. Who
making.
pew pew is the biggest? You gotta go to bed. This must be too early where you at. What's the deal,
Listen,
Lola?
listen. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I said before, I'm very picky. I'm trying to find a wife, so I'm not handing out no pew pew.
No, not that pew pew. You know what I'm saying? My pew pew
I'm not
gonna be
handing out no
lasting a
pew pew.
long time.
So, but that's what I'm getting at is at the end of the day, it's what you say, it's how you say it, and it's how you deliver it. Right? That's just easy. Lola love, Lola my love.
Lola. Yeah.
But you know what? But that's what I'm
Rosalie.
saying.
Oh, what's the deal? I remember her. I think her first time
What
being in my life.
I think what you gotta realize is when you hosting a space and
How
you
you feeling,
speaking
Rosie?
on, I'm going past the county building. I respect to all y'all, man. I know y'all ain't both on the phone, but yeah, all I'm getting at, no, because the sheriff is on the phone driving the county bus. What are y'all doing? But nah, I feel like this, bro. Because you trying to be a motivator, you first have to figure out people's emotional scale on that day, right? Hey, if this is a conversation that y'all not ready to have, I understand. Just share the live and like it, and it's cool. We'll talk later. But when you be like, oh, I don't care what y'all feel, y'all missing the message. Yeah, because they emotionally invested in their emotions somewhere else. Some people don't got emotional intelligence. It's the truth.
Yeah.
They can't decipher that in a time where they, most definitely. But I mean, if you want to keep your and like I said, you got to learn your people. If we worked out at the gym for 2, 3 weeks, or 2 months, you kind of know me already. You know me, right? Can we have a commercial? I need to go to the bathroom. Yes, we will.
Nah, you gotta bring the phone with you. We gotta make sure you're using the bathroom.
Oh no, not her using the pew pew.
Oh
But no, but
man.
that's just like I said. You just gotta understand a person, um,
Yeah, that's what it is, and I figured
and
that out. And
emotion.
I just learned something today. Now, I told you, man, I ain't no Mr. Right all the time. I'll be learning. I'm still, like I said, anything I can
I
figure
mean,
to work on myself,
Kev,
I'm gonna do
respectfully,
it.
Kev, respectfully, for a minute you had hit that switch like, yeah, if y'all don't like what I'm saying, y'all
Yep,
not listening.
yep,
Y'all don't want
yep.
to change.
I'm
And it was like,
passionate. That's what I
I'm
call it.
like, why
Yeah.
are you yelling at me, sir?
Yep. I feel for my peoples, man. Anything I feel like that
Yeah,
might
but
be damaging, I'm gonna feel it.
let us feel for ourselves too.
Nope. Nope. That's what I'm on this
See, that's
platform for.
selfish. That's selfish.
I can't see. Look, I told you we two opposites, man. You big on letting people learn the hard way. I don't want people to learn the hard way. I'm good on
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody
And if
said
I
what?
gotta, if I gotta, sacrifice some stuff, whatever, some feelings or whatever, just so I can get people to, better themselves, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? If I got people that want to not like me because I'm trying to help them out, hey, it is what it is. At least I tried. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never said that I'm gonna be on board with everybody and all that stuff, but hey, you
Hey,
know,
Cheney, that's the truth. Because in gladiator school, you could be a buck 45, but it's somebody out there that's 315 lifting 550. So I hope you
yeah.
you better play it safe.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah, I think my max I left off at was what deadlift was. I did. What I do?
Nah,
I lift
I ain't
like
gonna lie. I
like
gotta
four
I gotta
four
start.
sixty five.
I had surgery on my back, so I have to literally start off by
That's my
lifting
favorite.
tens. I have to literally lift off lifting tens. That's what they told me. They said I
Dang, that was a
cannot go
serious.
in.
Dang, that was a serious back injury. Then you said
Yeah,
ten.
I had. Yeah, I can't even. I could. I'm struggling. I be struggling to lift my own weight, keep it 100, and that's bad. So I have to start from scratch.
I feel you, man. I feel you. Yeah. Shit,
So
we
I hope
getting
my
older,
future
man.
wife ain't in
We
here
getting
talking
older.
about
We
some.
can't do that much. Yeah, we
I hope
getting
my
older.
future wife ain't in here thinking like, yeah, you gonna lift me up one day, baby. I can't do it right now, so we don't need to get married at this
Hey,
very
future
moment.
wife, I got you. Whoever you is, I can live up to 400 pounds. Don't be no bigger than that. Even though I'm only like 200.
Oh, now I remember. Now Shay is a gentleman, always having a different opinion. Yeah, Kev got mad at
Yeah.
me, and he got
No,
mad at me in
look,
Island, and then
look.
I was
Let me
like,
let me let me say something real quick. Cause look, all of them know me. You don't even want to take stuff personal. Like me and Ferry go
I
crazy.
didn't
We would
take
be
nothing
going back and
personal.
forth all the time. I know I'm talking. I'm just talking junk though. But uh, me and Ferry. No, don't let. No, not a worse. Not a worse of the worst. Is me and Island. That's who I'm looking for to come in here. That's why I came up with this topic. Me and Island go the worst out of everybody.
She
I ain't
not
gonna even
coming in
lie.
here. I
And
think
you talk about tones and
you yelled at
deliveries
her
and
too
all
much that last time.
that. She's a G. She be taking my
I'm
stuff.
gonna tell you right
We
now.
give each other headaches.
I'm
It
gonna
be
tell you right
sometimes I be
now.
feel
She
like
probably ain't
blocking. Like,
coming
what
in
is this
here.
you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But nah, we cool.
She probably
But
ain't
her
coming in here
tone,
because
that's what be
after the
getting me
last
to get in my
conversation you
tone
had,
though.
you
Cause her
yelled at
tone
her.
is, she got a high tone for real, off rip. Like her regular stuff. As soon as she get mad, you know what I'm saying? That's what make me get a little, hype. You ain't gonna talk to me. Forget all that New York stuff. But hey,
She said, "What she? Wait a minute. What she say? Well, wait. What she say? She said, well, Shay, first we talk about pew pew before I become your wife. Oh no,
hey,
I don't want to talk about pew pew at all right now. It's been a drought over here, and I'm perfectly fine. I have not needed it. And
There you go.
I'm
That's what I
perfectly
like to
chilling
hear,
in
man.
my
We
mind
looking
frame
for
right now.
love around here, my buddy. We looking for
Boy,
love.
I am not agreeing with you and your ways.
We looking for love. Just
I
add a
am
couple
not
more
agreeing
years
with
on
you.
there, and you be like me. You don't need.
Listen, no, I'm not gonna get there. You're better than me. If that was our ticket to way, no, I'm not gonna make it. I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
my
just
ticket.
not
Hey,
into.
would you
I'm
risk
not.
that for the best wife you can ever get? Would you risk that? Or
Define the best wife
the one
for
you
you.
want? Oh, I had a little devil.
No, because because my best wife. I even think that most of the I need to know what you bring to the table, sir. I bring a whole lifestyle change, baby. This ain't whole
Nah, I'm
lifestyle
about to tell her.
change.
Well, my girl, when I'm gonna tell her, I bring that self discipline, that self control, baby.
I'm
How
an
them
animal in
juicy
a
words sound
relationship.
to you?
I'm a
That
I'm a
sound
I'm
real
a
juicy.
I'm an animal in a relationship, baby.
That
It my
accountability.
me Tarzan, you Jane.
Oh my!
Me Tarzan, you Jane.
Oh, you say you going
I
straight?
got me me Tarzan, you Jane.
Oh my! Yeah, I'm gonna let her know. Like, hey, I
I'm
know.
trying to bust in the room door like oh.
Oh my! I know what accountability is. Hey, I'm gonna start doing it before I date a chick. I'm gonna say accountability, see if she run
Hey,
away or
look,
not.
she gonna be like,
That's all I
she
gotta
gonna be like,
say.
he like, girl, I'll show you
I'm gonna
discipline
say, I'm gonna say Kevin
and
Samuels.
accountability. She gonna be like, where was the spiciness at? Because this is dull. She said,
Oh,
what you bring
he
to the
said, "What?
bedroom, Kev? I bring, hard work,
Hard
discipline.
work and
She be
discipline.
like, all right, maybe I don't.
Believe me, you won't be satisfied. I mean, dang, oh, said it wrong. I mean, you will be satisfied. You know, I don't have to prove it. That'd be funny. Trick
I
my
ain't gonna
girl. We
lie.
get married and stuff. Come out, come out with the little pew. Gotcha. You
Oh,
love me,
with the
don't
little
you?
pew pew, if you pull out the little
Sight.
pew pew, if you pull out the
Yeah.
little pew pew, she might be going to get a divorce the next day. And wait all
Me
this time to get
Chinese.
married for
So
this?
let me stop for you. Uh,
Not me Chinese.
I'm
Oh my God.
about to leave
He
it
said
alone. I
for
forgot they
you,
got
for
this they
you.
app. I
Uh,
can't
uh,
do that. I can't do that. This they app. They, oh,
what
you
he
want to
said?
make
What he
joke?
said? For you, I do now $5. Honey, you get eyebrow acrylic.
So, uh, don't you dare bring me a little. Nah, you taking that little pew pew fairy tale.
I
You better
told you.
use your
I told you.
imagination. You better act like that's
She gonna
the.
be. She going straight to the court before the day after marriage.
Oh
She going
my.
straight to court to get a. I think I had a change of heart. He put out a little pew pew last night. I couldn't do it.
Oh man. Hey, look, he gonna figure it out, man. He gonna work it, but he gonna make sure you good. Don't judge it, man. You
Not
know
the
what I'm
little
saying?
pew pew. I'm
Ain't the
telling
side.
you, ladies, if y'all wait to marriage, right, and your husband whip out a little pew pew, what are y'all gonna do? I really want to know. Like,
What
how
you
are y'all
gonna
gonna?
do?
They might
What
be
they
like,
got a little pew pew, what you gonna do?
hey, what if your girl walk out the room and be like, Ashton Kutcher, come out. Be like, Ashton Kutcher, yeah, because you punking me. You punking me with
Yeah,
this.
they gonna be asking for exhibit to pimp my ride. I need a pimp my ride.
You will know if that's your first time. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Hey, see, look, if it's your first time, then that little pew pew don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because they got nothing to compare it to. You know what I'm saying?
I want to
They be
be
like,
honest with you. I
hey,
don't
this is
think,
what it is. You know what I'm saying? It'd be the little
yeah, if
pinky
it,
like, hey, you know, this ain't
yeah,
nothing better than this.
you better not never leave her
Little
alone. Cause
nose scratcher.
if she go back to the streets and find out it's bigger pew pew, she gonna be like, and
That
he
oh
was trying
nah,
to
don't be
trap me
looking in
with
them
this.
streets. Don't look at them street. Hey, look, no. Based off that you just used right there, that mean that any chick can do that. Then you can. Ain't like you the biggest of them all. that mean you lost the one already.
Okay,
She looking for more.
see, fair. That's what I said. I gotta buy a car. I can't buy a car without a test drive. I'm not buying a house without walking through it. I'm just gonna keep it 100.
I'm
Hey,
just about to hop up here real quick. Hey y'all, hey
what's the
everybody in the
deal, Lola?
comments. Whatever. How you
Lola,
doing?
Lola Bunny.
Hi.
Hey,
Okay.
little pew pews need love too, Lola. Right? They need love too.
Of course, everybody need love. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna look
See,
out for them?
you
But
know.
Okay,
this
Lola.
isn't. I'm not coming
Oh,
up here
all
putting
right.
myself in no fire because it was a whole
No,
chat
you
earlier
go.
where
We
everybody was
You in
telling
know
their
what
fire.
we are
business.
gonna.
Hi,
No, what we
hi
gonna
there.
do right
Welcome
now?
to
We
the
gonna.
live.
Yeah, welcome to the fire,
Hey,
Lola. So if
Fairy.
you, so listen, if you get married, right, and you and your spouse have never did anything on that level, right, to find out what the pew pew is, and you'll finally get married, y'all on your honeymoon, and he whip out a little pew pew. Let's be real. Don't say what you think we want. What you think is the right thing to say. I want you to be honest. Are you staying in that marriage?
You're not
It's so
online.
hold on. First of all, it's so crazy how the conversations be flowing from one place to another. And I don't think any of y'all was in the room I was in earlier. But it was a cool conversation. And in that, what I say is if you don't know something, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, how would you know unless you now is this a person that has ever like had like little like foreplay things going on? Or this is a person that's strictly like, I'm waiting till I'm married. Because if you wait until you married, I don't really think you may be even aware of like what you would want that for, or
I feel like you dodging the question that I want you to answer. Are you gonna stay in that?
no, of
Are you
course
gonna?
not. No,
All
I
right. That's
wouldn't
all.
divorce because I'm with
Uh,
you. You know what I'm
oh,
saying?
you're not
But
gonna divorce because
Oh,
it's
I
the pew
like
pew
that.
little,
Oh,
and you
that's
rare.
love. That is love.
see,
That
I
There
mean,
you go, Lola.
she
Show
said,
us
I'm gonna
bigger
love that
things in
little pew
life.
pew till it ain't no pew
It's
pew
bigger
left.
things in life, but not that. You know what I'm saying?
listen, I've been there, done that. So I'm just saying, you know what I'm
There
saying?
you
Like,
go. I like that.
if
That's
you
Look at
care
real.
about
That's
the
real,
person,
man.
you got. But the flip side is, like he said, if you find out that
Say
there's
how
more big
small is
stuff
it, man?
going on, and your man starts slipping and tripping or something like that, or if you're curious and you're a curious person, you just better hope don't nobody come around and start, you know what I'm saying, drizzling some little caramel like, ooh, you want to try this right here, and
Yeah,
you just don't want you want
she
to keep
shouldn't be
your.
listening to all that drizzle, man. She
Hopefully
shouldn't be
not, but
listening.
that was a conversation they was having earlier. It was like about, if you're inexperienced and you get into a relationship and then some women may get curious, later on. Not all.
Curiosity
I don't think
done
all. I definitely don't
unalive
think
the
all, but
cat.
it could be a possibility. It was just like a little,
See,
they just threw it
I
out
look
there.
at it this way though. I look at it this way. Even with that though, they can have the biggest of them all. If she that curious like that, that means she's easily persuaded to the next one, right?
Right.
That's
And
how
the
I
whole
look at
thing
it.
was about it started off with body count. Let me get to the beginning of the conversation. It started off with body count and saying like
Ooh, you
how
trying to make my
some men
life better?
may want a person that doesn't have a lot of bodies and she's, in the lower range. And we were saying like, well, is inexperience the thing that may turn you off or whatever. And then that was just a piece that was brought in, like, what if, what I'm saying, this person, you think that she's so like precious and everything based off of her body count, but she could ultimately in her own self be a curious person and don't find out until you get that introduction to it, and then you like, ooh, what else is out there? So that was it was about the whole body count thing, and then men seeing that as a sign of being pure
Hmm,
and not
okay.
thinking that your woman may or may not be a whole nother person once they get it or whatever.
Oh, Miss Jones, I see. What's the deal, man? Welcome to the live. It's probably my first time seeing you.
Thank you for welcoming me. Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The question, my answer would be I would marry him, but I would be cheating. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm being honest. I'm just going to be honest, straight up. My
Appreciate that.
When I was a virgin, right? My first had a incredibly tiny penis, and I knew it was small for a virgin. I had never had sex, right? I'm just being honest. I knew I don't even know if he technically even took my virginity because it was so small. Like there was no blood or well, I
Damn.
think yeah, I think my baby
Like
daddy
he ain't hit
did.
your cherry.
Yeah, he wasn't even it wasn't even popping. So literally my kid's father
Dang.
actually penetrated the hymen. And one thing I'm gonna say, I'm 46 years old, and I have seen them all. And
So why you just didn't break up with him?
you know what? Well, I was young,
Oh,
and
okay, I got it. Okay, say less.
hold on. Let me just explain this. He had the nerve to actually bring me a disease, the little ding dong bastard. Like, I'm dead
So
serious.
that little thing been thanging around.
Oh, he was getting it cracking with grown women. He was, and as I got older, I just really didn't understand how and why. But I guess he's now homosexual. I'm just gonna throw that out here. He's no longer heterosexual.
I don't think he had a choice. That's understandable on that end, I guess.
I
He
guess.
said it ain't working on women.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't mean to come through like that, but that's just been my experience. Not to discredit men with smaller penises. Um, uh,
Pew pew.
uh,
Hey, using my com data. Yes.
But
so
okay. So say if it's the opposite way.
now hear
Let me
me out.
go ahead and do the reverse Uno card because everything's so smooth until we
Got
reverse it. So would you like your man to break up with you if he just couldn't reach them walls and he just got
yes,
mad? You know what I'm saying? Should he cheat on you?
yes. He should. He should be gone. Listen here. Not to sound nasty, but my brother has a huge penis. Only because my friends have told me, other women, he clears houses when he pulls it out for some reason. Men with big penises like to show it for whatever reason. Okay. On his Facebook timeline, he is constantly talking about women with no walls. Okay, so in my mind, I'm like, if he's saying that there are women out here with the abyss and no walls, this is sad, ladies. Like, you got to get it together. And I, over time watching, I figured out what makes the cooch loose. See, the vagina has like memory. So like, say if you're with a guy for a long time, your vagina will literally kind of mold to his penis, right? But if you're continuously taking different size penises, the bitch is confused. So I can see it being out of whack. This is just my theory on watching this. For real, I'm being serious. Just think about it for a second. Because it does have
Mm.
muscle memory. It does.
Right.
Even if you're with a guy and he has a significantly small penis, if you're with him for that length of time, your vagina is gonna come to try
To
to,
his size.
yes. And that's why I do not, as I was young, I used to like, big penises, but I need my uterus and my vagina for a regular man. Like, no, you're not about to, no, I don't need to have to take a year break and not have sex with anybody for fear that you're going to be talking about my cooch is big. You're not just being honest. So, I mean, there's men who are well endowed and they can't really please women because it's not pleasurable. It's too much. Like you're filled up. I can't even come because like there's no release. There's no room for the juice to come down. Like what? I'm just everybody got quiet. Lord have mercy.
But your
Wow.
your 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 change purse is a muscle. So and you broke that down in a way I never really thought about, like a memory
Yes.
foam type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also a muscle. And Veda just said, like, if you have a baby, I done pushed two out of this
Come
thing,
on now. Come
and
on
it's
now.
gonna snatch itself back.
Thank
But I just
you.
feel like you would have to get ran it down by eggplants for it to
Not
really like
necessarily so.
lose the consistency. Like,
No, not
sheesh.
necessarily so. Just different sizes because different
I
sizes.
love y'all honesty. I love y'all honesty. I love y'all honesty. I'm gonna say it again one more time if y'all ain't hear me. And for the people that be sitting out here capping, I love y'all honesty.
Well, Miss
Thank
Jones
you.
gonna always come with the truth. I'm sorry, you guys. I offend a lot of people because I tell the truth, whether it's uncomfortable or you just. I mean, it's just the truth. You can't. It is. You can't combat the truth.
At least we
But
know. At least we
anyway.
know they gonna cheat. We know.
I'm being honest. It's like you're gonna, especially. We all know. Uh,
Teach me. Teach
okay,
me.
let me just say, there's
Yo,
levels
you
to
funny
little.
shit, kid.
There are levels to little now. There's levels to littles now. There's different sizes cooch that might think one thing is big and the next girl might not think it's that big. So there are different levels, but on the average, I consider myself to be the average. I have four daughters, but that thing is that thing. It's unrenowned. I've yes, she's great. Not by my own accolades. I'm just saying. But I try to teach. I have four daughters, so I try to school them on how best be to preserve yourself as a woman. Like you can't just. I'm not saying not have experience, but if you out here clapping it up with different dudes, your cooch is going to be confused. That's it. You're fucking with your muscle. So if you're getting that consistent, just because a guy isn't super big, don't mean he can't bash you down. Okay, don't mean he can't have your uterus tilted.
Nail her
Just
to the cross.
I about to say, I mean, and I'm feeling everything. So I'm not denying anything. I'm just trying to figure out how a little pew pew about to knock me out,
he gonna have to
knock
eat
me
that pussy.
service.
This
He
is
gonna
he
have to
got
eat
He
that
to
gonna do
listen.
pussy.
straight hips hitting you,
I'm gonna keep it I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
He gonna have to have
bruise you.
some lean and some
I've heard
hairline.
women. I've heard a gang of women say that they've been with a dude that got a small pew pew, but he knew exactly what to do with it, and that's why they stayed with him as long as they did.
Yeah,
So,
and I was gonna say, like, that's why I'm saying, like, if I'm with
but
somebody and you know what I'm saying, that's a situation which I've been in, like, he definitely knew what was going on. So it was never a
but that's the
problem.
thing too. When you treat a woman the correct way, as a man supposed to really treat a woman, the goalpost will get moved.
Oh
The
yeah.
goalpost will definitely get moved if you treat that woman like she's never been treated before, little pew pew and all, because I just feel like that's just the truth. Like now
Speaking of
we can't.
goalposts, we
Here we
we went
go.
all the way off topic.
Listen.
We went from
Topic
I got
tone
change.
you, Shay.
to dome long.
But hold on, somebody, Lady Play said something that's important too. I think we have to factor in. And Miss Jones, I do the same thing with my daughter. I just teach her about keeping her innocence because it's so many things that with women like it's totally different from men in that
Yes.
conversation where it's like the body, not the body count, but how what they're doing compared to what we're doing is totally different. One, because when you dig deep into it, our bodies are energies, and so when
Mm-hmm.
you're entering one energy into the next, it could be the wrong energy going into you, something throwing off your pH balance,
All
or
that.
like you said, you can get something that God don't even know he got. And next thing you know, you got some HPV is one of the craziest little mother suckers
Mm-hmm.
that's going around that is hard to detect. So it's like one of them things where besides just that happening, it's a lot of other things I don't think women really pay attention to. And you know what I'm saying? It just end up getting too late. So you really gotta talk to your kids in a way where, like you said, you gonna have experiences, but don't make your experiences one too many in a place where you don't
Right.
have to. You know what I'm saying?
Cause you gonna need that thing. I'm gonna tell you. You gonna need it. You get one. You get one and you gonna need it, so you better treat her right. I'm telling you. She's not for everybody. Let me just give you guys this
So do
statistic.
them toys tear y'all up?
You know what? Those toys are no good. Especially, those are no good for us
They
women.
will desensitize
They
you. So I
de
would advise not doing it
they
all the time.
desensitize.
They are no
They
good.
do
You
Do
they
gotta
they
keep
blow
it
you
up.
out?
desensitize women. No, they don't. I mean, I wouldn't say they blow them out, but they
It's
do desensitize them because
unnatural.
they become it becomes such of a consistent based thing
Yeah.
that it don't fulfill a certain now you need more. Okay, for instance, you build up a tolerance when you first started drinking, right? When you first started drinking, you probably was like, "Oh, I'm low key turned off this one little, two little shots." But if you consistently
Yeah, you
drinking, now it's like, oh, I could take down a whole bottle of Hennessy. Yeah, you done built tolerance for it. That's
yeah.
anything. You go to the gym, one day your body may be hurting and in pain. But the more you keep going to the gym, now the more your body builds a tolerance. So that's with everything in life. With
Yep.
everything.
You better preach down there. I can't see. I need my glasses. What's your name, baby?
It, touche.
Touche.
It's touche. But the host is Kev, and he called me Mr. Opposite Man. In case anybody, if you ever see somebody be like Mr. Opposite Man, yeah,
I love
yeah.
your life, Kev. This is
No, I call
great.
him
This is
Lover
the
Boy.
best of my life.
I don't say my.
Now I'm Lover Boy. Watch I be Mr. Opposite in 2 days.
You both of them. You like 14 names already. In
Man,
one
that's
week, you got
crazy.
about 14 names like that. But hey, besides all that, how y'all feel about the topic then? Or was Vader you was trying to get back on the juicy topic or something? I know you like these type of topics, don't you?
Either you got good cooch or you don't. That's just what it is, ma'am. I'm just going to some is born with it, some require it, some maintain it, and that's just what the we just going to call a spade a spade. I'm only speaking
As a
from my
man,
point of view. I'm a female that typically is around men, and trust me, ladies, slow it down and get it together. That's
So
all
she
I'm
saying
saying.
based off age and stuff, you can just
Yeah,
be blue out of
all that
nowhere.
is like I'm just being. Yes. Well, that's number one, but I'm just saying as far as the question at hand, we're responding to the question. I'm just saying that yes, if you continue to do something that's your body can't adjust to, I could see that happen. That was just my theory, though. I'm not saying it's fact. I've just been living life. Give me
So nobody can hear Vader. What the heck?
yeah, I don't know what's going on
I
right
can
Can
now.
you hear
hear.
it too, Shay?
I can hear.
I can hear, but
All
I
people
can
in the
hear it's
block.
going like it's going in and out. I don't know if she's talking low
That's what she
or
said. Yeah, she talk
what
low
it could be.
naturally, but I think that's weird.
I can
I
Yeah, I
try
hear
to
can hear you
move her
now.
screen around. She may have to drop and come back. All right, just drop and come back real quick. Then I guess they
So
say
y'all
they
missed
can't
her
hear.
whole conversation, her whole explanation.
No,
Right.
I think I heard a little bit of it, but I didn't think I was hearing it as fully as I was trying to understand it. So maybe
I
that's
think
I don't know.
TikTok like, hold up, we trying to hear it too. You know, they trying to listen to
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. What's her name? Miss Jones. Like she said, I'm gonna be 100 with you. There's some people who got the gift of gab, and then there's some people who don't. And it's just you just gotta
no.
learn to live with it and
it.
work with what you
That's
got.
what it is. Oh,
Like,
so it's naturally like loose gooses out here.
hey,
It's people
bro.
who got tight skin and people who got loose skin.
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
my age. My skin is exceptionally tight for me to be my age. You
So they
see,
say
I'm just
Kegels
being
ain't gonna help
honest.
anything, huh?
I mean, it can for
Finally,
you.
Shauna. Finally.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't.
And she,
I think you either got good or you just don't. That's just it.
Straight up.
And I'm gonna hurt some feelings when
ooh,
I say this. Out of y'all friend group, if it's five of y'all, two of y'all ain't got the good.
Thank you. Come on, you better
ooh.
preach
Like
now.
girls wise.
Yeah,
Yep.
like
I
out of
want to
y'all
be about
friend
the
group,
truth.
it's
We about the
scientifically
truth.
proven. Out of five women in y'all group, if it's a group of five, two of y'all ain't got it.
He said
I say the
I
Oh,
same.
scientifically.
never have
Now you're
had a
gonna have to pull out the
conversation with women.
paper.
what's the
I say the
Well,
deal?
I'm at work
Sharon's
driving,
in the
so
building.
I
because
will
if that was
definitely
the
find
case,
that.
you wouldn't have so many women going through so many dudes. Straight up.
Exactly.
How come
Ding, ding,
every
ding, ding,
and
ding, ding,
even in the
ding.
Come
group,
on
why
now.
all of them got good
Come
though?
on now.
Not, that's what
Huh.
I'm saying. All of
Did I
them
hit
do
it?
not have good. It's
Thank you.
just the truth. So
It's
out
the
of y'all
truth.
group of five, two of y'all ain't got it.
No, three of them don't have it. I'm
Oh
sorry. I'm
well,
gonna
go
tell you the
ahead.
truth.
Well, go
Let's keep
ahead.
it a
Get
bean.
to it.
Three. Me
I've
myself
Oh
never had
my!
this
included.
conversation
I
with
think
any of my girlfriends. Like, girl, is your coochie tight? Cause
Because
mine
y'all
is
I
are
tight.
think the
entitled.
one
Is
that
yours wet? I've
I
never had
think
this
the one with the
conversation.
stankiest attitude. The one with the stanky
That ain't
attitude
got
probably
it.
got the
That
best
can't
too.
keep the one. No, the one that can't keep a man that's always in
Oh,
your business is the one
Ding
that
ding
ain't
ding
got
ding
good.
ding ding ding.
They
the
Hey,
gotta
one that
stop
cock
having
block.
this
yes.
debate with y'all.
Ain't
Like
got
Hey,
no
y'all be
good.
stressing me
Hey,
out.
you
chill.
know
Y'all
why?
funny
Because
though.
it's weak.
Stop
It's
talking
weak
Y'all
to
sauce.
really be
That's just
stressing
what it
me
is.
out with this.
I
It's
mean,
the
you stress
truth.
yourself out. This is
You
the
know who,
truth.
especially the ones arguing about how they got that good, them be the main ones. Wax sauce.
Jesus.
You know what I always say? I always say people who got motion and got their life in order ain't worried about what the next person is doing. Ain't
Thank
worried about what
you.
the next person got going on. So if they always in your business,
Exactly.
if they always in your business, and they ain't never you go, oh well girl, oh what you doing tonight? Oh I got a date. Oh girl, I was finna come over. Girl, go find you a date. If you got Miss Fire Ma in there, go find you a date. Let's keep it. I'm just saying.
Be
Talking.
talking real loud.
Look. I don't want nobody to attack me because you know the girls who ain't got the good is gonna come in here like, and some of y'all men ain't got it either. And
That
we
first, and
and
let me
So
let's
let
tell
me
you
ask
what,
Hey,
y'all a
hey,
those
that's
question.
the
are
and
the
let's
setup
keep
ones.
it
right
Let me
there.
and
ask
let's
a
That's the
and
question real
let's
setup.
keep
quick.
it 100
Those are the
and let's
ones.
we and
Those
I
are
ain't
the
gonna be
ones.
I ain't gonna be gender. It's not gonna be a gender war because out of my homies, I know which one is getting talked about.
Thank you.
I know you, bro. You not the one
Thank you.
or the
Come on
two.
now.
Hell, Nate, tell y'all somebody not trying
Come
to.
on now.
But what about the ones? What about when it comes to? I don't know the right word to say. It's fallacious.
Oh, that head tops. Oh, let me tell you something. Head to get you
Oh,
out.
Okay,
some of them is whack.
Ratio.
Some of
I
them is
don't know
whacking.
about
Let
the
me tell
words.
you something.
Some of them is whacking that too. And they
Come
think
on,
they
you
the
better
most,
talk.
I do my thing. No, you don't. I've been sitting here 10, 15 minutes and ain't nowhere near the expiration date.
Hey, chill, Mo.
Watch as the numbers just jump up now. Ain't that
No,
Yeah,
crazy?
because
tell them the
and
absolute
I
Hurry up.
truth.
guarantee you, the first one that hop up in here and say what they gonna say,
That's
they
the
gonna
one.
argue. The first one that's gonna come in here and argue what they gonna say is, I don't got no problem in
Are
that
you stuck?
department.
Because I'm gonna tell you, your fruits don't fall from the tree. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
and if your mama ain't never been married, never mind. I'ma shut up. I'ma shut up.
Oh,
He trying to make the room jump to
He
600, man.
is fire. No, for real.
Your mama
Listen,
ain't got no good. Your granny ain't got no good. Let's not do this.
come on now. Come on now.
And your grandpa ain't got it either. That's why he couldn't stay with your granny. So
Like I say, I
let's
come from good stock. I say it all the time. I come from good stock. Don't play with it. I'm trying to tell you. He is hitting it right on the head, straight up. Almost every male that I've dealt with in my lifetime, I still deal with them still to this day. Maybe not on that level, but they will be here for me regardless of whatever the case. Even if I'm with somebody, they don't give a damn. That's just how it go. Now these girls, they can't hold on to a nigga for 10 seconds. 10 minutes. Next thing they taking pictures with one, then they on the snap with another next week. Next thing you turn around, here go another nigga, like stop it.
oh, let's even get into that. Cause I gotta hit a target on that. It's the ones also that's gotta hide. Because oh I don't like my business in public. No, you don't want nobody in your business because you a rat. You a rat and you don't want the world to see that you a rat. Oh, I don't want nobody to be in my business. Because guys, let me tell you something about somebody who plotting on you. If they plotting to find out what you got going and mess it up, they will wait till you get married 10 years down the line and say, oh, you married? When did y'all meet? Oh, they gonna do the mathematics in their head.
Come on.
They gonna figure out, oh, but you was with him for 5 years, but was hiding him for 5. Oh, what about the other guys? You're not gonna tell them that? Yeah, stop playing. Let's keep it real. Y'all want to be real? Have you the fellas out there that's bragging on? Yeah, I got shorty like this, bro. You don't got her like nothing. She just there because she want to be there. The moment that she find better, she gonna leave you for better.
Say it louder for the people in the back,
This thing
please.
keep glitching, man. I just missed all the. Oh, let me go through the list real quick. Hey, y'all, what's the deal? Simply. Okay, so woman's getting that trailer.
And that's
Follow
why
the
I be
code.
and that's why I be telling people all the time. Don't never think you got somebody in the chokehold because of some bedroom action, bro. You ain't the first and you won't be the last. Sorry,
That part.
sorry, sorry. She had somebody before she met you. You think you was the first one to get this treatment? No, sir. You ain't the first. It's just your time. You better respect that woman, and you better have some respect for her so you can continue getting reaping the benefits of that woman being in your life. The same thing go with women. You think that man just all of a sudden just no reap the, they just choosing you right now because you giving them whatever energy they request. But the moment that you act out of pocket,
You the
and
backup.
the person that got motion, they gonna leave you because I ain't gotta put up with this. I could go deal with somebody that really want to be with me.
You
Uh
preaching.
oh. Uh oh.
See, I kind of get confused. I won't even say confused. It just bothers me because I hear so many women talking about these men out here, and I meet exceptional men. I know some really good men, and I don't understand how everybody is, oh, these niggas is this. No, it's the niggas you're choosing because there are plenty. See, the thing is, I don't think women really want to be treated how they say they want to be treated because you go and get the exact opposite. See, the ones that would treat you like that, you don't want to pay them no mind. Because what? They not the flashy nigga. They don't have
Well,
you.
they
It,
want Jerome that represent.
I don't understand it.
No, what
They
it is they
not even
want
want to
Jerome
do the
from
work
down the
that's
block
required to be a wife and
that
to
be
say
hanging
they
out with
want to
his
be a wife.
homies, and they want to make him into Romeo. That's what they want.
Okay, well keep on.
Romeo.
And
Man,
see what you
most
get.
of these women
Keep
be
on.
wanting Jerome from down the block. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? I don't
Yep,
know if I'm
I hear
messing
you
up
loud
right
and
now. Am
clear,
I
sir.
messing up?
No, I hear you.
No, I
Oh,
hear
okay. But the fact of it is women want Jerome down the block that be hanging with his homies and trying to make him into Romeo.
you. Say they
And
got a
that ain't it.
pinky in there.
He ain't Romeo. He can't even play that. He can't even play Romeo for you if he wanted to. He could try. He could imitate it, but he's not really Romeo hearted. And that's the difference. You gotta take a lion for a lion, a sheep for a sheep, a goat for a goat. And people be out here saying that lion ain't gonna do nothing to me. Sweetheart, he got teeth. He is gonna bite you the moment he feel like he wanna bite you. Stop trying to change him into something he ain't. We gotta accept people for who they are. The same thing go with everything. I ain't.
So
Oh, I'm
accept
not.
that
I'm
shit.
not
They
all.
gotta set them little Peters in the no walls. Accept them for who they are.
Look, listen,
Mm,
listen.
mm,
Yeah,
mm.
if he got a pew pew when he pull it out, you better accept that pew pew if that's where you want to be at.
Fine.
If not, you
That's what
better
they gotta.
make a decision.
And no walls. You gotta accept the no walls for the
Oh
men. You know what I'm
Lord,
saying?
Yeah,
Make it
yeah.
work. Take
better
them
And don't
as
be
they
talking
are.
bad, and then don't be talking bad to me about your girl after you done been with her 5 years. Talking about some, it ain't even that good. Where you been there and you been dealing with it.
Shrimps matter.
So
Yeah,
now it's not
shrimps.
good.
Shrimps matter.
Not the shrimps matter.
Uh,
Now,
yeah.
there was one guy
Shrimps.
I really liked.
Shrimps and tunnels.
Sweet EP.
that acting don't never last too long.
Yeah,
Y'all better stop. Y'all better take people for what they show you.
Love is love is love is deeper than that situation.
mm, 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 mm.
Yeah, but if you got a pew pew, you won't be going that deep. So let's keep it 100.
You
That's the
Let's
ain't
not
lying.
point.
play this
It's
game.
gonna be deep
You
to
gonna
him.
be down.
So I was, oh my!
Mm,
I
mm, mm.
got you.
If you got a tunnel, listen. Like I said
Use a
before, I'm gonna
funnel.
keep it 100 with you. Men know exactly who to play with and not to play with. That's it. We know who to play with and not to play with.
Don't play with it.
What he say through his zipper? Oh yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not even finna risk a snag. I'm cool.
Right.
Yeah. So this got somewhere.
I'm
So
gonna
much
say
about talk
Veda
about
didn't.
tone.
Veda wasn't. Yeah, no. You hear my tone? Take it for face value, and I mean that. Everybody, take it for face value.
Yeah.
If he was a dog when you met him, don't try to make him a house cat. That's not his. That's not who he is. We just gonna
Right.
keep it 100.
Right.
Well, females
Don't
and males,
expect a
they see red
shrimp.
flags and they just continue to deal with it because they want to deal with that person. And then when it blows up on them, it's oh they this they that. You knew that that person wasn't for you from the giddy up. You just wanted what you wanted, and then you're actually the narcissist in the situation if you want to break it
Tell
down.
him.
But no, they're a narcissist.
Tell
No,
him.
you was being a
Oh, I can't
narcissist all
believe she a
along.
304.
Come on.
What they say? I can't believe she was
Wait,
a
say that again.
304.
I
Bro,
missed
you knew she was
everything.
a 304.
Say that one more
Open your
time for
eyes,
me, man.
kid.
I missed it because this thing glitched up.
Well, hell.
It glitched. It sounded like you said something good though. You
Oh
said something
yeah.
about a 304 or something.
Say it again. Say it again, studio. Wait, hold on. Let me leave and come back because I'm deleting.
No, Jones said
I
something.
did, but I'm sorry. I just missed my thought. I'm kind of stuck for a second. You gotta give me
Oh dang. He said it can't. It came out fluently. It came.
Yeah.
He ain't get to write it on paper yet.
I said I had a homie be complaining about.
Oh my.
Can you hear me?
You got loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Yeah, I hear you for sure.
My man be making the moves. I'm still been able. So I wanted to. I don't know. If we still talking about whatever. I was on the phone, but you want me to talk about the question, or y'all want to still talk about?
No, we still talking about
Y'all got all
little pew
shrimp,
pews and
shrimp
walls.
business up?
Huh?
Shrimps and walls, y'all done with that? We can get back to the topic if y'all got it out your system, you know?
Okay, what
I'm
was the
just
original
I
good.
just
topic?
I
Because I
just
had
want to say this. I just want to say this last thing. I be upset when men be sitting out here and they date these women and they know they was 304s and now you upset that she was a 304 or you upset that somebody approached you about some
Right.
activity that she did in the past. Bro, you knew what she was doing.
Right.
You knew what she was when she hit that little spin on you that night. You should have knew.
Don't save her.
Right.
You
She
don't
either
wanna
too
be saved.
pro
Don't
at it.
save her. I wanna be saved. So anyway, um, tone for me, tone is a lot because you can tell me what you're
Where's
trying to say.
Simply at? I need her up here.
You can tell me what you're trying to say, but it needs to be in a way that anybody giving a message. You know what I'm saying? You can be as assertive as you
Where's
want
Simply?
or aggressive as you want, but the tone in which you say it in definitely can add infliction on what you're saying. Hey Drea,
She's
Hey
the
y'all.
perfect
like if
perfect
you give me a
candidate for
wrong
my
tone, I take it like, and I take your, and maybe for me personally, I take certain tones personal sometimes. Like if you talking to me with like an attitude, or you talking to me and you trying to base me or something, you know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
That to me
a
is
son.
coming off that you trying like belittle me or something like that instead of just trying to have a conversation with me.
You said base. You said base you.
Yeah, like just you know what I'm saying, try to size me up. I don't really know,
So if I be
like,
like,
or you
girl, go in the house and get dressed and put on that dress that I like.
that don't know. That sound kind of like
That's
that's
base.
just
I
that
base you
sounds
though.
no in a way where you're being like
Aggressive.
rude,
Okay.
like rudely.
Ooh, you
You know
don't
what I'm
like that,
saying?
huh? Some women like that. Put this stuff on with a spit come out they mouth too with the
I
boo
mean,
boo
yeah,
lips.
when we talking about that's
Go
a
put
whole
this
nother
stuff
different
on.
kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? You should know when you're a man off that type tip. But I'm just saying, if you trying to explain something to me, like you don't have to explain it in a way where you feel like you gotta teach me as I'm a kid or something. Like I'm a person, I'm an adult. You know what I'm saying? So we can have a
So,
conversation,
so you don't
adult
like
to
the boo boo
adult. I
lips,
can't
do
tell
you?
you.
Said you don't like the boo boo lips.
He be like, look, she be playing. She be like,
Condescending,
stop.
yes.
She be like, stop, babe. He be like, stop playing with me, girl. She be like,
I
ooh.
like that. I
No,
like
Oh,
you
I
that.
know.
And
don't.
don't
I know
say
you
stop,
did. I know
girl.
you did.
No, you don't.
Oh, he hit her. He hit her with that Martin. You go, girl.
That's funny. So,
All right, look, I
do
ain't
you
gonna
feel
lie to
like there's a
y'all.
lot of feelings that's tied into it? You know, that's the last part I put on there. I think most of the time it matters because it deals with feelings.
I mean, like I said, for me, the way you're carrying the convers I mean the tone to me will determine how my attitude or my response back to you will be. And I think if you
Okay.
talk to me respectfully with a respectful tone and not to be condescending, then yes.
So what is tone to you? What's the because I know everybody, a lot of people. Which I just we before y'all all came in here, we realized that people use tone in different ways. They use it in they say that volume is tone. They say wordplay is tone. They say delivery is tone. We found out tone is a
It's a
different thing.
sound.
It's the way, yeah, it's the way that I guess it's the way that it's expressed. I guess something in some type of
It's
way.
not what you
I could
say,
say,
it's how you say it.
something like that. Yeah, 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 yeah. So, uh, in a
It's
way,
definitely
right?
delivery and sound. And
Yeah.
The meaning
So I.
behind it is different, I think, from the tone, but still, tone can make a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And
So is
you
tone
can,
always a bad thing?
No.
It's my little trick
mm-mm.
question. Okay.
Correction
Cause
is
I be
needed.
hearing that a lot. Like lately, people like, no, it's the way they tone is or something like that. But some people like that tone. You know what I'm saying? Some people need that tone. You
I
know,
said it's
I,
needed.
I use it as a child and stuff. Some child need two different tones and stuff. One of them might need the little light one, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like that. The other one like chill it. You know what I'm saying? Something like maybe something like that. You know.
Yeah, like for me, like Eric saying, like the message you have to give, like if they hear it, any tone I think is going to kind of like be offensive. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but when you truly mean something and you're saying it with love, I think on one hand, sometimes you gotta just accept the person for who they are because that's just who they are. And on the other hand, it's just like if that person can't deliver that message right, it doesn't necessarily mean it's wrong. It's just you're not really reading it right from them based off of how they're delivering it.
Before we go any further, I would like to thank everybody who's tuned in to the live. I like, man, partaking in this conversation. Um, Please follow the host, the people on the panel. We have a lot of discussions like this, so this won't be our last. And we do get serious, and we also share laughs together. So follow everybody if possible. So the next time we go live, you tapped in, and even then, when y'all get the courage, or if y'all want to talk, y'all always welcome to come up and talk. Thank you.
Oh yeah, for sure. What was I know something about to say. This thing, this gonna be randomly lagging on my stuff. So weird.
Yeah, your face got stuck with the
Yeah,
like
that's how
the
you know when I
user.
froze. Yeah, that jump
I
be it
was
be making a
like,
noise. I
Kev.
be like, I hope it don't catch me on some silly type stuff. I try to
Like
pick
you
my
could be
nose
on
real
the
quick and it
game
come be
show.
like
You gotta freeze
ah.
fast. I was like, he a
Yeah.
beast at the freeze.
So right, doing the
He was
idol
number one
challenge.
in freeze tag.
So pick that guy. Right. So this my thing though. And I'm about to say the juice in this for simply because I know she about to me and her talked about this. We real good. I'm really got this topic for one person. Really, I'm waiting for her to come in here though. I got it for her. But all right. So
Yeah,
me my
stop
the
targeting
thing
my
is,
friend.
I know she my little sister too. You know she my little sister. But
But she might be at work though.
I
Yeah,
know.
you see that tone, that little baby in tone. You can't talk to me like that because I ain't no kid.
See, look, I
Don't
ain't work both ways. You can't
don't
baby
talk.
it. You can't do.
Don't don't.
It
I
said,
goo
what
goo
is the
gaga
right
me. I'm
tone?
grown man. I pay bills. I pay bills. Don't goo goo goggle me.
So that is a perfect example of tone. I get it though. So that's like even with that. Oh, I would be like, nah, she. What I say? She, well, you sister, and then do the. She my little sister,
Yeah,
something
but see,
like that. Or put.
if you talk to your woman like that, right? Your woman will probably take that as disrespect because she could be like, I'm a grown woman. Don't you talk
Nah,
to me
some
like
of
I'm
them
some
want to
type
be
of baby.
baby.
I
You know
understand
my
well.
snook and pushy. You going right back at it.
But
You know what I'm
but
saying?
that's a but I think it's situational, right? Like if your girl got like a little, not a like a little attitude, ain't nothing too deep, like serious. Yeah, you could probably talk to your girl like that. She'll probably like, move, you play too much, you get on my nerves. But she ain't really that mad.
Do that again. It's like that.
Like, move, man, you feel me? Like it's nothing. Like you just got it's situational. I feel like
Yeah.
it's situational, and you gotta read that person on how to talk to them. Like if my future girlfriend is upset with me, I'm not finna be like, "Yeah, baby, you know I yeah you and why you so mad at me?" Because she gonna be like, "Why you?"
She
Oh
gonna be
shit.
mad.
She gonna be
I
like,
get what you
"Why is you?"
mean. I
She gonna be
get
like,
you.
"Why is you playing with me?"
I get you. It's
You
the
feel
time.
me?
I see what you
But
mean
then
about time.
it's just situational.
Yeah, I feel you though. It depends
It's
on the time.
timing.
Yeah,
It's tone. It's tone, delivery, and timing. It's tone, delivery, and timing. Because you can say
Mm-hmm.
something if the timing is off, but your delivery is good. They're not gonna fall. They not receptive to that. You feel me?
I get
You just gotta be careful. You
you.
gotta learn the people
Mm-hmm.
you speak to.
I think you got to work on both ends though, because you got to be careful who you listening to too. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure your girl will know how to talk to you at a certain point. She
Oh
ain't gonna be
yeah.
like.
Once y'all understand each
She
other.
probably be like. Yeah, once y'all understand each other. Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. Yeah, it does
Oh
take time to
shoot,
learn.
dang, I
Definitely.
forgot. Oops.
But yeah. Ladies, how y'all doing today? Did y'all have a good day today? I just want to give that little brief intermission because Kevin is talking to somebody. Have y'all had a good day today?
Yes, great. Thank you for asking. How about
Yeah,
you?
I
I'm
just
glad.
woke up.
Okay, I just want to check in with y'all, make sure y'all good, and y'all, I want y'all to know that if y'all did not have a good day, tomorrow's a better day waiting to happen, and it's all about how you pave that roadway. You feel me? So
That's
yeah, I just want y'all to know. And if that man didn't ask y'all to eat, leave him alone. I'm just saying. No, I'm just playing. Don't do that. Don't do that. He probably was busy. Don't do that. Don't listen to me.
So look, Uri said something. She said she didn't mean to match her tone. She get it back the way she dish it out. And I didn't realize my tone until I was around a person who didn't appreciate my tone. My mother always be like, "Why you so mad?" And I'm like, "I'm not mad. It's just I'm passionate about what I'm saying. It's just me." And once my significant other was like, "Yo, you always just so this," and I'm like, and he give it back to me, and I'm like, "Why you yelling?" He like, "You doing the same thing," and I'm like, I ain't really realize it. So I actually need to match somebody that's not as aggressive as me when it comes to conversing and that can calm me down because baby I can't, it's too much energy with the aggressiveness. So yeah, I
All
can't.
right, so give me a
So
second.
so
I'm about to. I'll be right back, y'all.
okay, go ahead do your thing. So that's why I feel like I said, you gotta you. What I want people to start doing in 2023, and this is what I ask of y'all: thrive in whatever energy that you're in, right? So if you say I want to thrive in my feminine energy, right? If you date a man and he's not masculine to match your feminine energy, then you just need to not date him. Don't try to change that energy. Don't try to be a person to be like, well, maybe down the line. Like, date people who fit you, right? You don't take a USB cord and try to put it in an iPhone charger.
Come on
You
now.
just don't do that. That don't fit. So, um, hold that boundary and thrive in what you want. And if somebody don't fit you, it's okay. It don't have to be a weird. It don't have to be a weird kind of discussion. Just look, hey, I want this, and I'm not saying that you can't be that, but you're not that at this moment, and I accept you for that. But this is what I'm looking for, and I want to be this way. Like I hear women say, I want to be soft, but I have to be this way. No, if you want to be soft, be soft. And if somebody don't allow you to be soft with them, then you just don't need to date them at all. Don't even continue it. And that's having respect for yourself and standing on your code. You feel me? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right about that. How y'all doing though? What's up, Drea? And I think Miss Jones, I don't know if you answered it, but how you feel about this, Drea? Oh, I guess let's wait till Kev get back. He's probably, it's not morning, so I don't think he gonna pass out like he did last time.
I think respect plays a lot into it too.
Hey,
So how do
April
you talk to
girl.
someone?
I'm sorry.
I mean, we could find something to talk about till then. I don't want us to all sit here like we on time out. I'm gonna be honest with you. I never, I never would. The teacher be like, "Be quiet." I'd be like, "Man, I'm about to keep talking." Who she told to be quiet to?
I just had a meeting with Mary Jane, so I'll follow up, but I'm a little like just trying to catch my balance right now.
He said he need Drea for last. Drea, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, for sure. Who you with? Bernie
Were
Mac.
you texting from the bathroom, Kev?
Apparently, he got a boo boo. Hey, by the way, I just want to tell y'all, if y'all looking for a song to get y'all in a good mood, listen to K Tronada featuring her, Intimidated. That song get me in a good mood every time I hear it.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
I wish I was at home because I would have played it as background music. But yeah, we'll get there when we get there.
It's the
Bro got
comment.
mad energy. Yes, ma'am.
He said a SpongeBob love scene.
Who lives in a pineapple under the Kev?
He's out of line.
He live under the sea.
Even overcoming with the jokes.
It's the fact that Kevin's still in the comments, though. Come back, Kev.
Oh yeah, but
Come
whole time I
back.
forgot about that. No, look, I'm about to start talking all stuff. Not too much, kid. Not too much. I got you. I got you. Yo, studio is a fool. I hope everything all right at your people's studio. So, how about those Washington Skins?
I
Touche
know you didn't mean the
after she left.
Redskins.
I got
I
so
know you didn't say. I know you didn't.
I
I know
was
you
just
didn't.
trying to start a conversation. It got real quiet. I thought
I
I was on like
I about to
froze
say. I
mode.
know you didn't just say
You mean them Kansas
Washington
City Chiefs?
Redskins.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. You know what?
Those Kansas
Respectfully,
City Chiefs.
I'm
That's what
not
you
gonna do
meant.
that.
We gonna get it together over here.
I mean, I
You
don't
about to
care. I
get
won the
cut with
Super
my
Bowl
team
two
like
years
that.
ago, so I ain't worried about it.
But no, but I was about to ask you what was we talking about earlier while he gone so we could ask Dre the question. I can't remember nothing right now.
Little PP's,
If
big
she was,
P.
oh, if she got married, if she got married and waited to be ready to get down, and her man whipped out a pew pew, would she stay with him?
no.
I love the honesty
Ooh.
though. She said no, not at all. Get somebody else to do it.
Yeah. Absolutely get somebody else to do it. Because why would I want to? I mean, like, if I met you and we were already old and we weren't doing the do no more and we just wanted to spend out quality life together again, I mean, yeah, whip out your little pew pew and I'm a two finger it. But
Birthday
Two
candle.
finger it is crazy.
um
Whoo, two finger it is
I'm gonna use
crazy.
my two fingers and my thumb, and it's gonna be the best time of our lives. But not while I'm still young and like what?
She said, I need. She said, not that pew pew.
So he said, like, what if it was your first time? You waiting till marriage, like that type of situation. Not like you already kind of knew what's
I
up.
can't even understand why somebody would want to wait to marriage. Like I need to test the product before I like what? I
I ain't
want
gonna
to
lie
try
to
the milk
you.
before I buy the whole cow.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you on that, and I don't judge nobody for feeling that way because Kev got mad at me about this conversation before because Kev is a person who is practicing that, and Kev said that he's willing to wait. I said I'm not because I'm not about to buy no house without going to see what's inside the house. But um,
But it's also not as bad for men to do that versus women to do that because despite what men like to say about women's walls and stuff like that, it can be recreated, retightened, whatever. Like, if a man is just shrimping it out here, he's gonna be shrimping it out here forever.
that's
Mm,
genetics. I mean,
damn.
I understand. I can't say
So for
nothing
a
to
man
that.
to want to wait, the chances of him being disappointed is just not as big as the chances of me being disappointed.
She ain't
Sorry,
lying.
Aries.
Hey, I mean,
So look, so what if he just let's just say he got all the checks on the list. He fine. He got a nice job, like you know what I'm saying. He doing his thing. He got goals, all of that. I mean, he fine, fine. I mean, he's everything that you could possibly mark off on the list,
I've
but
been there, done that. No,
he's slacking and lacking.
she
no,
said I've been there, done that. No.
Um, See, I
no.
was told that you got to ask God for exactly what you want. And I know when I gave God my list, that was in my list. My list not long. You feel me? It's not long, but it's important.
Are
And I
you
know
talking?
that's not the
So
man he sent me.
so what? So let me ask you this: is your requirement big or is it just pleasurable?
Pleasurable. That's it.
Pleasurable.
Give me something to
Okay.
work with. As long as you got something that I can work with, as I put like this, as long as I go to throw
As long
something
as it's
back
not
and
slipping out every time we turn
thank you, and
around.
I can't throw it back. As long as I can throw it back, then we good.
Okay,
We
I'm gonna be
good.
honest with y'all. I'm about to hit this subject because we gonna be honest with y'all. Some of y'all be doing a little bit too much when y'all be throwing it back. Y'all be doing a little bit too much.
Uh,
Too much.
Do it
that
stink when people be throwing it back?
Ooh, you want me to answer
Not
that
people,
question
but
for
like some
real?
people do. Some
No,
females
who
stink when
this
you
who
be
you
throwing it
dealing
back.
with? Because I know my shit don't stink.
I'm not talking about you. I know my stuff. Listen, I ain't never had this person say it smooth, but I'm just asking in general, like,
But men
what
will
would
Somebody
y'all do in
definitely
that
said
listen
situation? Do you
to it.
keep going if it's good? That's
They
kind of
do.
where I was going with it.
Especially if she checking off all the boxes.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be 100
Thank
with
you.
y'all and tell y'all this. In my youth, I was taking so many L's for the team
Mm.
that it wasn't even funny.
Well, thank you for being honest, because that's the
But
truth.
as a grown man, if you whip anything out and it don't smell like natural smell and it smell bad, we're done.
Well, for me, a woman at some point you start to know your body, so you know if your pH balance is off or not before you even get it cracking with anybody.
Hello.
So that just, but the thing is, I will say this: in my youth, I ended up my bacteria was, my pH was thrown off. Right?
Hmm.
Okay. I didn't know, put like this. I had a thought that something was off, but until I actually had sex is when I found out, oh, something definitely is off. Okay. So I stopped the dude, like, you don't smell that? He like, no. I'm like, nigga, how you don't smell this? Okay.
not
But
you,
he was,
not
but the
you,
thing
not you
was, the
wiped it
thing,
and put it to his face.
but the thing was, he was still willing to still partake. I had to get up like, nah, bruh. Nah, but men will definitely, they will trust me. Trust me.
They
My
will,
brother,
they
yeah.
will take
They
the
will smack
L.
it
They
up.
will. This is the thing,
And go home and sleep
men.
with their baby mama like it's nothing. Like, I'm just being honest.
I'm gonna keep it 100. As a man, it's harder for us to get it than it's harder for y'all to get like y'all give it, like
But y'all
right.
can pass,
So
y'all pass it to us easily. That's the thing. If you sleeping with
no,
two
oh
females,
no,
our pH is gonna be off. We don't
oh no,
necessarily have to have a
definitely
disease, but you gonna
no.
throw us both
What I
off.
No, definitely. I don't agree with men sleeping with multiple. I don't agree with nobody sleeping with multiple people. I think you should sleep with one person at a time and call it ace a spade a spade. But
And this is
what
something
I'm getting at is
How?
go ahead.
something else. A lot of women do not know that men, like getting head from men, you are supposed to wash that off before he inserts, because you are setting yourself up to get your pH thrown off. The mouth has the most bacteria in it over your whole body. So I'm telling you, and I didn't understand. I'm like, I've been with the same person. Like, how come I keep getting a bacteria infection? He's like, well, are you having oral sex? You have to literally, you better keep them wipes by the bed, or don't be lazy and go on and wash it, rinse it off real quick and get it cracking. But I haven't
Y'all
had
still
a
You
ain't
sex.
got me
know,
at
you know what's
15K yet, man.
nasty? Y'all know what's nasty when guys be talking about eating booty. Like, ew. I'm sorry, I'm indifferent. I'm
This
probably a
boy
weird
is
person
shifting.
here. I'm not into butt stuff. I'm just not. But
See, you gonna look
you
for
know
that
how
from Shrimp
dirty that
Man.
is. Ugh. And I know people be like, I clean my butt. I be like, you still got bacteria. It's doo doo.
You gotta understand, people have rotten teeth in their mouth and shit. I mean, you just have to be more cautious. I watch my body, I know my body, and I take the proper precautions to keep it in its good condition. Period. So if you got to take a few seconds to wipe that thing off, go on and do what you got to do.
So
And
I
then you
heard
want to
about
kiss me
test
after?
driving
Ugh,
here
get away from me.
while I was gone
Oh,
as
I like the taste of
as
butt
my
cheek.
backup real quick. I heard about some test driving up in here.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all
You was stuck
before we
again,
get too
Kev.
deep
Hey, I'm
into
about to
that.
screenshot this joint because you look like Inspector
Oh
Gadget.
yeah.
You look like Private Eye Kev.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I remember one time this girl was giving me fellatio. I was like, ugh. I was just like, nah, I'm
Oh,
cool. I don't want to do this no more.
Oh, sis had halitosis.
oh,
Ugh.
This thing keep freezing.
I hop right in the shower with Dubs and Mr. Broner. We finna scrub this one off. We ain't gonna claim this in the name of the highest of powers.
I ran
Like,
into
what
a
did you hear
lesbian
about test
girl,
driving?
and she had the most wretchedest breath. And I was thinking to myself, like, either whose box did you eat? Like, what's going on? Because this girl's breath it was hot. Lord have mercy. If that's eating someone else's situation, that's no bueno. Mm-mm. 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 Any guy who's too eager to give you head,
Let me
ladies,
change my background so he can leave me alone, man.
please be weary. Do not accept them challenges. I'm telling you, because if they doing it to you, they doing it to everybody. I'm telling you,
Whoa,
these dudes
whoa,
is
whoa,
out
whoa,
here
whoa, whoa,
wilding
wait a
out.
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Let me speak on that, right? Because I am a man who likes to do that. But am I doing that to every woman that I date?
Wait,
No.
what'd he do?
But just because Kev, pay attention,
What you
Kev.
do?
He
Pay
likes to go
attention, Kev.
deep sea diving.
You know what? Yes, yes.
That
That's
makes
where that
If it's
beard
if
come
I'm
from,
like
huh?
I like you for real, hey, mind your business, not too much on me, okay? Thank you. Listen, but I'm not the type of person too that I'm willing to just, oh, I meet you now, girl. I'm about to take you. We finna go.
I'm
I'm finna
gonna
go. Let me get my
take you
snorkel.
down.
No,
oh, they come with it.
I
They
gotta
get
really.
down.
That boy doing a motorboat down there.
That women don't even like that. Don't play. Tell
Thank
any
you
woman
for
body, you don't
clarifying
understand.
that. No, we do not. It does not feel
Yeah,
good.
women do not like that. All that facial rubbing, you think that side to side swiping, that they don't like that. That's not what they
That
on.
porn head is horrible.
I know, I know.
It's just horrible.
I'm celibate, but I know things, man. Dang. I mean,
You got
I'm
to
a
kiss the
virgin.
kiss. You got
Kevin,
to
yo,
kiss the lips.
Kevin, your past life, you
Give me some
probably knew something,
sugar.
but now, my brother, you are reborn. You don't know nothing.
Hey, I'll take it though. I'll take it.
That shit is sensitive down there. Can't be all rough.
I'll take it, man. I'm looking for
Nah,
real love around here, man.
that's
Real
cool.
love. I ain't got to test drive real
It,
love.
yeah, Drea says she not buying
I
no
heard
car
it.
without no test
I heard
drive,
it. I heard it.
and I stand with her on that. I stand with you in solidarity, my sister.
But
Exactly.
speaking of Dre, now that I'm back, how you feel about the topic? That first part, I mean, I heard the other part though. You know what I'm saying? But this is the part I like. I'm gonna like hearing on this part though, right here.
Of, well, as a person who has an aggressive tone, I feel like tone doesn't matter. I mean, I definitely get what Touche was saying about like the baby things and stuff like that, but a lot of the time when people are having a conversation about tone not mattering, it's because they're probably hearing something they don't want to hear. And it's not a problem that you feel a kind of way about the tone. It's the fact that you get stuck on the tone instead of going back to the message once you express that the
Come
tone
on.
bothered you.
Come on.
Here you go.
There's no
You said it. I
reason,
think you said it the best way
even if
so
I
far
talk
up
to
here.
you in the baby tone, once you go, oh, I don't like the tone you talking in, and I go, oh, my bad, we're not going to stick on the tone no more. We're going to go back to my words. Tone, tone does not matter before words. It's really how it's supposed to be. Like, because yes, tone is a part of conversation. Tone is not the same thing as volume because that's two different things. But tone does not matter before words. That's like a secondary thing in a conversation. That's how you understand what's happening. If I'm saying certain words like that are gearing towards violence, then yeah, tone comes second to that, and then you match that. But if I'm saying words that are to help you, benefit you, show you love, or whatever, tone shouldn't really matter in that sense.
Correction. Yes, correction.
Yeah, I feel like that. I feel like when you saying stuff out of love and people know it's out of love and they don't feel like it's different. But like I told Kev, because me and Kev had a conversation, and I told Kev, I understand that you be passionate, but maybe you should give a disclaimer when we have conversations about certain things because people can receive it wrong. And I mean, he kind of understood what I said, and he kind of was like, you know what? Yeah, I do need to just, change my approach a little bit.
I
I respect
mean,
that.
I guess you
But
can
when I
change your
speak, when
approach
I'm
if you
speaking in
want.
general, man, hey, some people got to adjust to the middle part, cause you got to adjust though. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when it get, I can understand when it get more personal. That's when people want to just don't talk to me the same way you talk to everybody else over here. I don't like that, but I be saying amen when you talk up there. I ain't gonna say amen when you talking to me like that. You know what I'm saying? It's so funny. It's funny to me.
I mean, because I mean, but that I think that's human. I think that's human nature. Because not saying like I'm, but we done seen the homies, scrap it out and be like, "Ooh!" But then when we see somebody else fighting the homie, it ain't nothing. Like, it ain't. We ain't got no remorse for that. I just think it's like once again, I think a lot of stuff is situational, and I think people,
Timing, situation,
yeah,
yeah.
it's situational. It's timing. Is you got to put a lot of stuff into factors. That's why,
Delivery, word,
like I
and
told you, you said,
understanding.
you like I said, if you was a person who was a fitness trainer, but you cussing at me on my first day, I'm not coming back to you. You're not motivating at all. you you're not motivating me to want to keep
Okay,
working
and
out.
this one right here, right there though. What the heck? This thing's tripping. If it kicked y'all out, it might have been a server that did it. But this the thing. It is some fitness people that's just naturally like that. And just like he was saying, just like King was saying earlier, once you sign up to get some type of guidance or something like that, advice from somebody, or just coming in the gym, you basically sacrifice your feelings on that situation because you got to take it how it come, and if you can't handle it, you just got to walk out. But I'm just saying, he said that's what you looking for. If you really trying to, just like he was saying, once you signed up to get into that situation, then you can't make the adjust. You can't be the one that's looking for a certain type of tone or something the way you get that help basically. So that's what the difference is on that situation. But you could always walk out, like he said. He said I could just walk. Oh, I don't like that, but I'm pretty sure it's like I don't think gym members they just change their tone because of a single person because it's some
Nah,
people
but
who
you
work
got to
on.
look at it. You got to look at it as a business, right? Uh,
Yeah.
a problem with a lot of us us as people that are the entrepreneurs is we don't know how to do customer service, right? We don't have customer service skills. Some of us think that, oh, we always right, but it's a business. What you're supposed to be doing is trying to get people to come back, or come back. Like, you a motivator. You want people to come back and feel motivated when they come to you. But if you talk in a certain way, people ain't gonna be motivated to come back. They gonna be like, yeah,
No,
you
that's
know
Right.
not true.
what?
They're not a part of your
That's what I was
audience. If
about
you're
to say. I'm about to
motivated
say if
and
you.
you're talking a certain kind of way, the people who feel a kind of way, they're not your target audience.
There you go.
No,
There
and
you go.
that
That's
and
what I
that
say. Go
and that's
both
under
ways.
And as
and
far
I
as a
understand that.
business, that is not the same thing as you not liking my tone versus my customer service. My tone is supposed to be different in my customer service because that's a different category. But as far as me and you having a conversation and there's no business involved or we're not talking in that aspect, my tone don't matter. It's when people start nitpicking into how the tone matters, like, and that's where it starts changing when they start saying things like, "Oh, but how you talk to children." I don't talk to children the same way I talk to adults, so we're not going to compare the two. Me and a business, it's not the same thing. Yes, because you're not paying me to have I shouldn't have to have a tone with you if we're just like you're coming in as a customer and stuff. I should be nice. I should be pleasant because what else? Like, what else is there to be a tone for? But as far as me having a conversation with you and I'm telling you something that you do not like, my tone does not matter
Or your
Hey
tone just not meant for that person. I
everybody.
like how you said that at first.
because
I
nobody's gonna tell you no. Like, no never makes you feel good.
right.
I'm
I
gonna always say
agree.
that no never makes you feel good. So what does the tone matter in it? Because you're hearing no.
I agree with what you said, Drea, about when people are in business, the way somebody talks to their customers or their clients is going to be totally different, right, than the way they talk in their personal relationships. Now, I will say this: when people are passionate, right, or it's a heated situation, right, or even irritation, a lot of times people's tones can be very hurtful. We have to be mindful of that. We're not talking about it's like Touche said, it's situational, right? If you're a motivational speaker and you're speaking to people, some of the things that you may say are going to be harsh, right? The words people may not want to hear, but your tone is not going to be harsh. Your tone is not going to be hurtful because you're trying to get them to understand whatever it is that you're breaking down. You may know that the words may make them feel uncomfortable. See, words can make us feel uncomfortable and they can also be hurtful. That's why we need to be mindful of our tone because you don't want to be hurtful to people. I try to talk to people, even if it's something I know that I'm about to say that's going to make this person feel uncomfortable or if it's going to make them feel some type of way. I just try to be delicate as possible, right? And delicate is something different to everybody. So what's delicate to me may not be delicate to Drea or Touche or Kev. All of us have a different definition of delicate, and everybody has a different level of sensitivity, right? But it takes time to get to know somebody on a certain level for you to be able to engage in those types of situations, depending on what you're talking about.
So
And that's why
I
tone
like that.
shouldn't
I like
matter.
that. So I got two things on that. Then I thought about that. So it's just okay. So I think we was mentioning earlier. I think it is like sometimes it's adjustments of tones too. Because maybe if it didn't work one day, I think people just adjust their tone in a different one. Because sometimes they can say it a different way, and all right, they did not get understood, so they got to change their tone again,
Right.
or deliver it another
And
way too, right?
right.
Because
And
delivery
that's
be
what
part of it.
And
Mm.
that's what Touche
That's
was saying earlier when he was
Yeah,
saying like if I say it kind or I say it a certain way the first couple of times and you don't get it, then that person may feel like they gotta up it up a notch, right?
right.
Because the person didn't really get understanding the first time. But then how did you say it? Did you beat around the bush with it or were you direct about it? Because see a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people beat around the bush like because they tiptoe, right? You tiptoeing around, you kind of like you're not sure how this person gonna feel if you say this.
You're right.
I feel like if there's something that you want to say to somebody, the best approach is the direct approach. We don't have to beat around the bush. We can still say what we gotta say.
I don't think that's gonna ever gonna work though. Not a direct approach because you don't know who you
I
talking
mean,
to some of the
it
time.
no.
That's
depends.
like talking to a dude on the street
But
any
that
type of way.
but that
Like
but
what
that
the?
all goes back to like Touche said
I
it's
think you a bum.
situational, right? You're not gonna take the direct approach with a complete stranger, right? You're not gonna be direct like that with people that you have no rapport with, right?
Mm.
But a person that you actually have rapport with, your associates with them, your family with them, your friends with them, you may be able to take a more direct approach with them, right? Because y'all have
Yeah.
already built up a rapport. Now, a stranger, that's
Yeah.
something totally different because you don't know that person. You don't know their attitude, you don't know anything about them. But with somebody that you can be direct without being harsh. Like, direct doesn't mean rah, rah, rah. It means just straight and clear. Whatever the
Mm.
issue is, or whatever, well, even if it's not an issue, right? Let's just say you just want to tell them something, just tell them directly. That way they are not they know, they have clarity. Because I feel like a lot of times when people say certain things, they say it, and if they're passionate about it or if they're irritated, because I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of times people feel some type of way when they're having conversations and one of the person is either irritated, angry, sad. It's some type of emotion behind it when the other person is doing the delivery. I'm gonna be honest, that's where it can be more conflict in the situation. That's just my opinion from what I have experienced personally, right? For me, if you tell me something and you're in a happy mood, even if it's something I really don't want to hear, I'm listening to your tone because you're happy. You may be laughing, you may be, just saying it kind of like, oh, it is what it is. But then if you're saying something to me and I know that I hear your tone is serious and I don't hear you like laughing or, anything like that, and you're being clear about what you're saying, then I would take that in a different way, right? Not saying I would be offended by it, but I would still take it more serious than if you were laughing and just, being nonchalant about it, right? If we're nonchalant about something, sometimes people may not get the message because they don't understand the severity. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying be direct with strangers. That's not what I'm saying. I don't mean
I,
like being harsh or being like telling somebody what to do or telling somebody how to act. Not that kind of direct. Because it just depends on what the conversation is, and it depends on what you're saying to that person. It depends on the dialogue.
yeah.
I completely
So I
agree.
wouldn't say. Hold on, let me get 1 second real quick. So I would. My thing is even with that though. I wouldn't recommend people just being straight direct because I think it got to be like a timing thing. Just like Tuesday was saying earlier, it's the timing. I think timing work on both ways on that
Hmm.
situation though. I don't think you would have to because that's like basically. So say if somebody was to be direct about everything somebody did, that'd come off like very like judgmental. Like a lot of people get that
Right.
mixed up or whatever. That would be judgmental if you say something about a person off rip. The thing is, you're
Hmm.
supposed to sneak it in, like basically, all based off a problem. Say if it's off a
Hmm.
problem or something like that, or somebody just got a question, like I don't know why I'm like this. Then that's when you add that in. And you tell them about themselves, but it's probably something that they already noticed, but you can't just tell just because sometimes you don't even the first time some of the time, just like all of us don't really know each other, but you can hear like some people you catch people on bad days sometimes too
Hmm.
much sometimes, so you can't
Hmm.
really make that judgment off rip.
But
You
that's
have
And,
to
true.
wait till somebody huh
Does something or says something that
and
you
that's
yeah
why
yeah
notice
and
or
that's why I
it's a
said the
timing
time.
thing
That's why I said check your
yeah.
timing. That's why I said, Kev, when we first started this, I don't feel like what you're doing is wrong. I feel like you have to check your audience first to see what type of temperature and energy they on before you make a statement because a hit dog will holler, right? But sometimes people is just they just caught up in their emotions, and it's okay because
Yeah.
everybody's human.
And
Okay.
see,
So
that
I
was
want to
my
get back to
thing.
that though. Just like you said check your audience, right? I think that's the opposite. The audience is the one that got to adjust to the host, right? So,
but when you build it,
that's like me
when you
telling ET
build it
he a motivational speaker, right? He got a whole different delivery or whatever. Not many people might not take it or whatever, but he still get his message across to the people that's willing to listen to it. So I don't think he just a
but when
change
you
his tone and
building,
his delivery because of everybody else. That'd be something hectic to deal with. Because like
Mhm.
if you trying to get a message out to everybody, right? You can't just switch up something a personal thing because some people take stuff personal a certain way. Because
Right.
that's why I say that's be a me problem on that situation because
hmm
that's if a person is really there just to listen to the message or they just like they want to put their feelings in front of it, right?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying that you can't really change the host of the situation or like the like I said like y'all know I don't know if y'all know Eric Thomas because I'm pretty sure his stuff probably come off harsh because he like they call him the what you call the preacher, some ghetto preacher, something like that. I don't know, but he the one of the number one motivational speaker. I listen to him a lot too though. But I think like his delivery and all that stuff, a lot of people might not be able to take it. You know, especially when it seems like it's hitting home or something like that. So
Right.
like
And it
that's what I was
depends
meaning
on
about. I don't think a host should be able to adjust
it.
his stuff. They should get with the program type
It
situation.
right, and it depends on the setting. So, like when you're on a platform, like how you're on a platform now, and you have 3, 4, 500 people coming in here, there's no way
Yeah.
you could adjust the setting to all of
Right.
those people because you're just looking in the comments, right? You don't
Right.
know
Right.
any of these people personally. You don't know any of their backgrounds. But that's
hmm
just like Touche said, it's situational, right?
Right.
and you
So,
got to look at it like this:
yeah. So,
you're building,
right.
Right.
you're in the building process. Your building is not built yet.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, that
what you're trying to do is get people to keep coming back. Now, if you reach a certain
Yeah.
plateau
If
where it's
everybody.
500 people, then it's like, okay, well, it's gonna catch people and it's not gonna catch people.
Yeah.
well
Yeah.
then that would be fraudulent if he's like if being that he's building, this is his time to be exactly who he is. So that
Right.
way
Right.
people
Right.
know
Exactly.
exactly
That's
what
true.
they getting.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like
That's
what
what I'm
King
saying.
said earlier, right? It's just maybe not the
If
right crowd
they
to
don't
hear
like
it. You
it,
know what
they're
I'm
not his
saying?
audience.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
audience that can't take it. That's what it is. That's why I say
And
that's
be,
more of a me problem in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Not the person that's giving a message out. Is it like maybe it's like they got to go to another what you call it that delivered it better. And that's why we got these different lines that separate it. Some people need to hear the coddler. Some people got to hear, they got to hear it in different ways. You know what I'm
And
saying? But
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest, and this is just for me personally. When somebody's telling me something and it's hitting home, whether it's like correction or it's something I can use in my life or something that's gonna better me. Now, if it's something that is correction, it's okay to correct people. I think that's a great thing for men and women to correct each other, right? But I feel like when you're like, I don't want to say you, but I'm just gonna speak in general because this ain't about you. But like on social media, when you have people on here and they're doing that, I feel like positive reinforcement is a must.
definitely.
Positive reinforcement after is crucial. Your message is very crucial, but you want to give that positive reinforcement after the fact. It's almost like it makes me think about when my daddy used to whoop me. My daddy used to tear my butt up, right? And then he would come to me and say, "You know, I had to do that. I love you." He hugged me and he kissed me. Now I had just got my butt tore up and I was mad, but it was that positive reinforcement that soothed me after that. And I know some people would call that coddling, but it's not coddling if you do the correction. If
that
you
I was about to say
I
that's
say
something to do with a kid or something like that.
no,
That's
I
because
mean no, but
that's because a kid.
I'm
That's
using
something
that.
the
No,
kid don't know
I'm
no better,
using
right?
that as a
You
better.
gotta.
Well, no, I don't mean that situation. Maybe that was a bad example to use. But
Yeah,
if
because at a certain age, you're gonna realize that
right,
your
but
parents
I
did
was just
stuff out of
using
love
that.
once you build that
I was
emotional
no,
understanding
I
and
was
Or they
stuff.
was
using
learning, or they was learning as they was going.
right,
Because
but I'm
if you,
not.
that's just
That's
how it
not
goes.
what I didn't mean that situation literally. I mean just when
hmm
you're talking to people and you're correcting, just depending on what you're talking about, right? If you're correcting somebody and you're telling people, well, you need to do this and you need to do that, and it may be coming off harsh to people, it's good to be able to give some type of positive reinforcement. That's just my opinion, right? I'm talking about conversational wise now, and I'm talking about even with adults, right? Even with a man, right? If you have a man telling another man, you need to be a better man. You need to take care of your kids. You need to do this, brother. You know what that man, in my opinion, should do? He should say, you know what? I'm telling you this because I care about you. I want my brothers to do good. See, that's positive reinforcement after correction. That's how you correct somebody. And then after you correct them, you can still show them love. They still feel the love, right? It's not coddling. It's letting people know without even telling them, I care about you. You can correct somebody and give them that correction and still let them know, I mess with you. You know,
And
I'm correct.
they'll come back and they'll come back and they'll talk to you about stuff like that. But without that, people be like, I ain't going to tell them nothing. That's why a lot of people bottle so much stuff in, right? So that's why, like I said, I wasn't telling him to be fraudulent with what he
Right,
was
right.
doing,
Yeah, no, be
but what I
yourself.
was
Yeah.
telling him, to be yourself, but just fill out everybody else while you building a platform.
Yeah,
Like
I
you
feel
have to
that
fill
though.
out your
And
audience,
I think
But
I'm
because
with
if you
that situation because that sounds like a lot to do, right? Because that's why I said everybody's gonna either fit the narrative or not. Because I don't, like I said, I wouldn't want nobody to change the
right,
way they do their stuff for because to fit somebody else or something. Especially if it's been working their way all this
right.
time, and then all of a sudden like others may have problems with it. I would never probably want to adjust to that because I know if the masses don't have a problem with it, why would I go to like the
I
minority that
don't.
have a problem with it? Because
Right.
everybody have different tolerance and stuff or what they can take and all that stuff. That's like a lot of these lives that be like that and stuff. So I don't think the host. I don't think that's his job, especially if majority of the masses can receive receive their message or his message, her message. If they do that, I don't think they need to change the way they do it because it's obvious that it's attracting a lot of people too. At the same time, more than retract or not, I don't know if I said the right word, but more than unattracting them, basically.
Right.
So
When you're speaking to people, this it's an art to that. See, it's different when you're talking about speaking to crowds of people on any level, motivational, oratorical, preaching. It's an art to that, right? So, and everybody's style is going to be different. You know, even if somebody does give positive reinforcement, everybody's not going to do that the same way, right? The way you do it may not look like somebody else, right? So I don't think positive reinforcement is coddling. I just think that's another
no,
way
nobody said
after.
that. That's
No, no,
different.
I know you didn't. No, not you. I was just, I'm not, no, not you. I was just saying that in general because I know some people might say positive reinforcement. Okay, so why would I have to
No,
correct
Kyle is a
somebody?
whole different thing. That's
Right,
so.
that's a whole different right. But just like you said, you have to be who you are, right? Every speaker, everybody's gonna talk to people on their platforms different. What works for you is gonna work for you. It's gonna draw in the right types of people. And sometimes people may misunderstand and they may feel some type of way and they'll come back again just to listen to you again and they might see you in a totally different light, right? Based off of the topic, based off what you're speaking about. Because some things we're gonna be way more passionate about than other things, right? And then you have people who will get triggered off of certain topics. So they may come in and listen to you speak a certain way about one thing, so I ain't like the way he said that. That made me feel some type of way. And then they come back and you're talking about a totally different topic, and they like, okay, I liked him this time, and that'll keep them coming back.
Right.
That'll keep them coming back. So no, I agree. Don't change yourself. Don't change who you are. But I do
No, I
feel
wasn't
like
even thinking about that either. It
I'm
wasn't.
saying just anybody
That'd
in
be a
general,
lot.
like even the people who come on in the boxes and have their conversations and stuff like that. Like whatever you say and however you feel, that's who you are, right? But I feel like if you're correcting somebody or you're trying to point something out to somebody that you feel they need to work on, it's not hurtful to give, positive reinforcement. I think a lot of people get, because I've done it. You get so caught up in trying to get your point across that you don't do that, right? You just say what you're gonna say and go on. You don't think about nothing else but that, right? But it just depends on who you
What would be
talking
the
to.
So I like that you said that though. So let's dig deep now. So you said what would be the purpose of positive reinforcement?
I just the example that I gave. Okay, so let's say I'm a woman, right? And I meet another woman and I see that she's not taking care of her kids or she's not on her game and she's not taking care of her household. And I say, well, you know what? I can help you. I feel like if you do this or, maybe if you try that, that'll make your situation better. Maybe if you do this another way, that it'll level you up, whatever I'm saying to her. Right now she's gonna take that as correction because I'm telling her to do something different than what she's doing. That's what correction is to me. I feel like if somebody's doing something and it's wrong, or you think they can do it a better way and you tell them that, that's correction. So after I tell her these things, I could tell her, you know what, girl, the reason why I'm telling you this is because I was like this. I did that. And I don't want other people to make that same mistake. Or I knew another woman who ended up going down this same road, and because she didn't change, this is how her life ended up. See, to me, that's positive reinforcement, because I'm giving them a reason why I'm telling them what I'm telling them, and it's a positive reason. So that's positive reinforcement in a conversation. That's what it is to me. Now it may be something, else different to somebody else. But me telling her that I don't want her to be like somebody else, I don't want her situation to end up like somebody else, that will probably, even if she was offended, she's still gonna say in her mind, if she don't say it out loud, well, I know why she said that, because I gave her the reason why I said it. Not just because it's the right thing or the wrong thing to do, but because I actually care. You see what I'm saying? Because if I'm correcting somebody, that means I care, right? So that's how
Right.
I look at it. That's just my
That's
opinion.
why I say it's and I like how AJ just put that down though. Cause that is like the
I think
what she
the
say?
I
What
think
she say?
it's better received when it's coming from a compassionate tone, or
I
you
think every
might say
person
positive.
different.
Yeah, you might say it's positive reinforcement. I say it's constructive criticism, because if you're pointing out something that I'm doing wrong, but it's constructive. It's something that I could be constructive with to correct myself. And you can either hate it or take the advice and change and make something better. So I think that's more so like constructive criticism.
I think what I hear out of that sounds like a like an affirmation type thing, like people that love words of affirmation type situation. That's what that sounds like, to make sure that what they saying is what they saying, or like that. Because I feel like that's just different levels. I think people, based on what she said, right, that sound like people that will have to that's they gotta. It's like when you talk to a kid. It's same thing. It's like when you talk to a kid. Like you gotta let them know I'm whooping. When the parents be like, I'm whooping you, and I gotta tell you why I'm whooping you and all that stuff. Eventually you gotta keep telling them because they don't understand. I think that's like it's like an understanding. Like I say,
So
at the end of the day, I think on both ends there gotta be some type of understanding for people to get I'm
Receive
trying to think what I was
right.
to
about.
So
receive
so me
to
so
receive
so
you.
Yeah,
affirmation
because
affirmation is telling somebody you're great, you're wonderful, you're excellent, you're beautiful, you're smart. That's affirmation. Me telling you, listen, this is why I'm telling you this, because I don't want you to go down the same road. I experienced this. I've seen other people who've experienced this. That's not affirmation. And I looked up the definition of positive reinforcement. The definition of positive reinforcement is the instruction of a desirable or pleasant stimulus after behavior. That's the definition of positive reinforcement. So when we talk about, and like I said, I'm very big on speaking. I've done oratorical competitions many years in my life. I've won first
mhm.
place in every oratorical competition I've ever done. I've actually spoken in front of over 1,000 people without note cards. I've spoken in front of senators, mayors, doctors, and lawyers, and actually got graded on my speech, my tone, my demeanor. So I know a lot about speaking and communication, right? I'm not a motivational speaker, but I was a competitive speaker. So I know a lot about this. But when you're talking about talking to people in a platform and in a personal setting, that's two totally different things. That's two totally different things, right? So we're talking about speaking to people in public, like how we on these platforms and stuff, especially if that's something that you're trying to do, is specifically get a message out to people. Of course you're going to want the people to receive it, right? But your style is going to be your style. But if you actually care about, I don't want to say making people feel good, because it's not about that, but you want people to know the reason
That's
why,
all.
right? Right. It's not about making them feel good, but you want them to know the reason why you're saying what you're saying. If I tell you you need to do this and this is wrong and this is how I feel, you should be given a ABC 1, 2, 3 about why that is. Because if you could tell me all day long, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. But if you don't give me an actual reasoning behind that, it may be harder for me to receive it than somebody
So isn't
else.
that a two-way thing though? I don't think it's just a one-way thing, because I think it's up to the person that want to actually understand it, to try to understand it too. Because you can't
Can I?
really You can't
Can I say
rely on
something?
that because what if you don't get it right? Hold on, I'm trying to because I never got to finish. So I'm saying I feel like out of that, it only hurt.
Well, look at God.
He's stuck.
Look at look at God. I asked to speak. He said no.
Basically, uh,
Okay, there you go. Wait, you still stuck, but I can hear you.
Nah, I can't hear him. God told him I wanted to speak, and this is what happened.
Oh,
And it's like it freezes longer and longer each time.
I'm
I know.
telling you,
It's TikTok. That's TikTok.
I'm telling y'all, God don't play about me. I asked to speak. He told me no. Be telling y'all, I may not be
No,
in church
man,
all the time, but He know my heart.
that's TikTok. He know your heart. Now he know your heart.
It's the fact that he's still frozen. Like,
Right, but it
Yeah,
did this earlier. Remember when he was frozen earlier? He did it 2 other times on here.
yeah. I just want to tell y'all, God know my heart, and He ain't gonna play about me. Okay, all
We might
right.
have had to pause. We might have had to pause for a minute and think on all of that.
a
Yeah,
moment to reflect.
stupid. These people are crazy. Come on, Kev, get unfroze. Come on, Kev.
Yeah, see,
Come on.
When I'm on TikTok, the way I talk on here, it's never gonna be that, right? Because I'm on here for another reason. Like if I was on here like Kev is, like trying to push a message, and I'm on, and I commend him for that because it takes a lot to do that. It takes a lot of thought into that. Like, but when a lot of these people on here, they just having fun, child. They coming up with these topics and they doing really trying to get a message across to people, so they're not gonna take it serious. Okay, he back.
There you go, Kev. Did he freeze again? He
Oh my
froze
god.
again.
It's the poses for me.
What is
froze
going
back up
on?
again, bro.
No, I heard you. I hear you. I see you moving.
Oh,
There
there
you
you
go.
go.
Right. Yeah, I was trying to listen to. Hoping don't freeze again. I was listening on my phone. Uh, I forgot what I left off saying. Man, as soon as I say my point, then they don't want to freeze. That's freaking crazy.
Man, that's because God don't play about me, man. He said,
I
you
was
shut
hearing
my
you say
child.
that too. I caught the wrong ending of it. I heard y'all both, all y'all talking when I was froze. I was on my
What you mean
phone.
you caught the wrong end of it? What did you think I
Yeah, 'cause
heard?
I ain't
What
catch
do you
that
think?
part. I didn't hear that part. Uh,
You can talk now, bro.
I forgot what I was saying. What the heck was I talking about? Like, oh no, I was saying it's a two-way thing, man. All I'm hearing is one side on that situation, and with that, I think they got to work both ends. It ain't. I wouldn't. Hopefully, don't freeze again. I wouldn't sit here and I wouldn't for the other end. I would say I wouldn't look for because it's like an entitlement in a way. I wouldn't look forward to somebody having to go the extra mile or do something extra with their message to get their point across, which is the what's that jump? I forgot the word she uses. I keep trying to say
Positive
affirmation. It's a
reinforcement.
positive force. Okay, I wouldn't look forward to that if you trying to if a person is trying to get the message, because that'd be uh, let me see how I do that though, because I don't think everybody just do that, especially I don't think no church do that. I don't think no coaches do. I don't think none of them do that unless it's just a personal like counselor or something like that. Maybe something like I don't know,
I've
but
heard churches. I've heard
with
churches do it. I've heard churches do it.
I'm pretty
They may
sure
call.
they probably do every
Yeah,
now and
but I
then.
think if
Yeah,
you come in here a motivational speaker, like what does a motivational speaker need to give the positive reinforcement for if you come here for my message?
You
Like,
have to be
yeah.
motive positivity is a part of being motivational though.
Yeah,
but
but
I
what
think
would be
That's
negative
a part,
because
but it's not a
the
should
full.
he
tone
have to
make it negative?
reinforce
I
it
don't get
though?
that.
I don't think so. I mean, I wouldn't say tone makes it negative. No, I think not all the times it doesn't, but it can. I will say it can.
Wouldn't that? I think in that sense, it would be a what they call a me problem or you problem in that
Right.
situation. That's what they mean
Right.
about each person uh each person is for different people, right? Something like
But
that. I might say,
yeah,
I'm
and
just saying it wrong, but
I agree with what
so
you
yeah,
said.
so yeah, because like I know we feel like we can, because we can't. The thing is, what's one thing I learned? You can't adjust to everybody because
Right.
of, you know what I'm saying? Because even that, if I did it that way, some people might not get the message the other way. Some people might need that's why I said, just like we got the kids, right? Some kids you gotta talk to a different delivery, and some of them you gotta do a different way. But it depends on the character or whatever make them comfortable, how to get you know what I'm saying, whatever make them, because if they doing a person doing something that they not comfortable doing, right, or doing some extra in a way or whatever, you know, adding some extra that they not used to doing, and you know, even a crowd, he attract a crowd the same exact way, right? Just like I was mentioned about ET, the number one motivational speaker. I'm pretty sure a lot of people might not like his tone, but then I guess it also comes with getting to know what you're trying to. Because when a person really want to make some type of change or want to take some type of advice that can better their life, they're going to try to listen through what the way he's how ET deliver it,
Mm-hmm.
because they look through it and you know what I'm saying, and it takes a lot, and that's take with even with that, it takes a lot within self though, because like I realize, and that's what I'm saying. I be hearing some people going crazy on some of them motivational, but
Mm-hmm.
I think because like I said, I'm a big on that emotional control. That's what all I
Mm-hmm.
talk about for real, and then that's what I work on. And I realized if I didn't had it or worked on it, I'd be missing on a lot of messages because I
Mm-hmm.
was always looking because the way somebody said it instead of rather listening to what the message was being said. So I'll be hearing a lot of. That's why I could take a lot of stuff that people be talking, all that stuff. They be talking on a lot of these platforms. A lot of, like, even with Kevin Samuels, like he was harsh and all that stuff, but I can hear straight through what they were saying because because I started listening with my feelings. I think that a lot of that stuff got to do with feelings and whatever, a lot of stuff the way we grew up too. It depend on that too though. So
And I agree with that. I do feel like if somebody tells me something right and they're correcting me, if it's something that I don't necessarily care about, I put it like that. If it's something that I truly don't feel that I need to fix, I'm not gonna have no emotion. I'm just gonna be honest. We just gonna keep it real. A
mhm.
person would have to care, right, in order to have like the emotional response or have some type of emotional response. Sometimes it's that they care because it hits home, right? Sometimes they care because they know that's something they need to fix and they're not used to hearing people say it. Sometimes they care because they're the type of person who doesn't want nobody to say nothing to them. It could be a lot of different reasons why people would have an emotional, response behind it. But for the person that's coming to see or hear the speaker, they need to be coming in with an open mind. So I agree with you when you said, like, you not having to, or anybody not having to adjust or change how they talk in a group setting or a public setting like that based on individual, how you think some people in the audience may feel. You see what I'm saying? So I completely agree with that. Because just like Touche said, it's situational. People will handle those types of situations completely different than you're going to handle a one-on-one situation behind closed doors, right? Or if you're on the phone with somebody, or if you're just in a group with your personal friends, you might correct them in a way you'll never correct people in a crowd. You see what I'm saying? Or have a dialogue with them the way you'll have with other people. But I don't feel like nobody, especially if you're a speaker, you're trying to get a message across, you're passionate about it, you're gonna say how you feel because you're trying to get your message across, right? It's nothing wrong with that. If people don't like your message, that's different. If people can't take your message, that's
It
different.
wasn't meant for them.
Right, it wasn't meant for them. But even the people who can take the message, I still feel, just my opinion, it's okay to give positive reinforcement. That
When you know, you know. I'm gonna put it that way. You really don't have to
right.
do
I
it. When
mean,
you know,
it's
you
okay
know.
to do
So
it, but I get it because a lot of people don't know how to take correction. A lot of people can't stand nobody telling them nothing. It's way more people like that than
most
it is the
definitely.
others. So I get it. I get it.
I
Hey,
wanted to
Miss Nita,
present
how
two.
you doing?
I want to present two questions so it can help people understand. One question is it okay if I go around and try to force my personality on people? And the other question is if everybody wants to be around me, is it their due diligence to learn who I am?
Mm.
If they want to be around you and they care about you, they have to accept you for who you are, flaws and all. Because if somebody really cares about you and they really want
Right.
to have
So
whatever relationship, they should adjust to that. If they can't, then they don't need to be around you.
right.
Right.
But that's what's going on platforms where you have people coming to where you are, and they want to change who you are to fit them. It's, if you
Right.
Mm-hmm.
want to be around me, then you have to do your due diligence to learn who I am, so you can get this message. It's not
Mm-hmm.
my choice. I shouldn't take the choice to go around and force who I am on you. And, but
Right.
a lot of people are going around trying to force them on someone else and not allowing
Mm.
somebody to be who they are. And
I
if
get it.
my message is the message I've been placed to deliver, who are you to force who you are on me?
Right, right. Because this is my platform and you're coming to where I'm at and I have the freedom of speech to say whatever it is I want to say on here. So if it's something
Mm-hmm.
that you can't adjust to or you don't agree with and you feel like if you even have the feeling that you want to try to challenge me on that, then that's when a person should know, that person should know they need to disengage. And that's the
Yeah.
issue. A lot of people don't know when it's time
That's
to
even without a platform, though. That's even
I mean,
without a
yeah, but that's
platform. Like
true. Yeah,
even with
even
a
without a
friend,
plan.
you connect with certain friends for certain reasons too.
Right,
Like if you got a friend or something like that, I don't think it's up to like if y'all met each other, right? Maybe maybe it's little stuff, but it just depends. If you got with your friend for a certain reason, that you got with them because you liked them because they the way they is. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Though, but I think it's a little different when it's like so. Say if it's a relationship, maybe a relationship is you do little stuff that you got to, but I wouldn't recommend nobody changing anybody.
Right.
You know
I
what I'm saying?
don't
Maybe
right.
everybody can
Right.
listen to advice, right? They can listen to advice, they can listen to all that stuff, but that would be up to them if they really want to change it.
And you
But
don't want
just like
anybody
you're
to
saying,
feel
like it,
uncomfortable or like you like walking on eggshells. You don't want a
yeah,
person to feel like, oh, I can't say this, oh, I can't do that. Oh my God, if I say any little thing, oh Lord, what's gonna happen? That's not how can you have a
But that's
relationship with
that's
somebody who feel like
emotional.
that?
That's emotional bullying. You got with me because of who I am. And because a certain part of who I am is what you don't like, then you proceed to tell me now I gotta feel like I gotta walk on eggshells. No, it's the fact that you don't accept this part of me, but you say you love me. You don't love me
Mm-hmm.
if you don't accept every part of me. And not even every part, because when I'm doing wrong, you're supposed to accept it and help me change,
Right,
not make me feel like I gotta change everything about me to fit you. We should
right,
mm-hmm.
complement each other.
right. And I think when
But I
people
also
oh I'm
one
sorry.
last thing real quick. I want people to understand. um, Lord, it made me forget it. I want people to understand that you have to have the mindset to learn a person. It, if I it's my choice or it's my due diligence to come to you to give you a reason to act a certain type of way. Just as much as a man, you shouldn't tone check me if you ain't give me a reason to give you a better tone. If you came to me in a certain type of mindset, in a certain type of way, first off, calm, cool, and collected, then you deserve a better tone from me. But if I just coming across you and I have a message that I feel like I want to push, you do not have the right to tell me I should give you a certain type of tone that you didn't earn. Your relationship with me, your mindset with me, the way you interact with me deserves a certain tone. And that's what I choose to be. A man's tone is predicated on how the vibe that he's getting from another person. And I land my plane.
Right, and but
Mm.
that's true, and you can tell when, especially with men, like if a man is irritated or upset or whatever it
Did he
is,
just
you
drop
can
the
Not
tell.
mic?
him just dropping the mic like that.
Right? Yo, did he? I'm about to say, did he do that and get booted?
That's crazy.
Go ahead, Des.
No, I
He
was
caught
just
us off
saying
guard with that.
he's right though, especially with a man. Like if a man's irritated, frustrated, or anything like that, you definitely gonna hear in his tone. But a lot of women, they don't care about that. They're right, or they feel like they don't need to change nothing, so they bypass the way the other person feels, and that's selfish. Like me, personally, in my associations, my friendships, even with my clients, I'm not going to say I don't care about the way they feel because I do. I want the people that's around me to feel good, but not at the cost of me not having a voice, not at the cost of me not being able to speak up about something that's uncomfortable, right? We care about the people we care about. So if you care about somebody, of course you want them to feel good, you want them to be comfortable. But if it's something that's bothering me, I should feel like I should be able to tell you, and then you can adjust that. Because if you really care about me, you're going to adjust it. You're not going to want to do anything to make me feel uncomfortable. That's just how I feel about it, or make me feel like I can't say anything or do anything, and I gotta walk around on eggshells. I gotta watch my mouth, and I mean, we grown, so nobody should feel like that. Everybody's entitled to what if they feel a certain way about a situation, they're entitled to speak up about it. Period.
That's why I say I recommend a lot of just really at the end of the day it's just a lack of understanding. I think once everybody understand each other, they can be able to accept each other for who they are or adjust each other for the better and all that. So
Right.
because I can get like a lot of these people out here if they never been talked about never been confronted about something and they've been that way this whole entire time, uh it's going I guess I'm trying to think. What was I about to get to with that? I was literally about to get to something with that. Damn, what the freak? That was the fattest brain fart ever. I literally had something. I was ready. It was all clicking in the chamber and stuff. I ain't I was ready. That was seemed like a good one's about to come. Whatever.
This is why when I meet people, I think my tone is more stern than ever when I first meet somebody, because I want them to understand who they get, and I don't want them to think that later down the line when they hear my tone and they think I'm being something else. Like, I believe in setting boundaries, and when I first meet people, and keeping my tone very, like, I just want them to understand, like, don't worry about my tone. This is who I am.
Right.
This is who I am. For the most part, because I know that even though I believe that tone does not matter over words, that people are sensitive to tone. So I kind of do give a disclaimer when people first meet me, like, listen, I'm gonna say some things to you sometimes, and you ain't gonna like my tone, but it is what it is.
And
Now,
I
and
think,
I feel like anything after that, people who bring tone back up to me is deflecting. Like,
I,
because I don't be understanding, like, why we be on tone so long. We should
yeah,
be hearing the message. We should be talking about the message, like, once we get past tone.
I feel like for me personally, it took me a long time because I never considered myself sensitive. I always consider myself to be very strong and open minded, and I am all of those things. But I am understanding that I am sensitive to certain types of conversations, certain type of dialogue, right? So because I'm coming to that understanding about me, I can't, if somebody says something to me and I start to feel a certain way, I have to check myself, right? Because that's a characteristic within me. That sensitivity doesn't have anything to do with the other person. That has to do with me. And it's a lot of people that are sensitive and they haven't they don't recognize that. So when people do things or say things to them, even if it's not in a hurtful way, they don't realize they're just sensitive, and those things hurt them because they're sensitive, not necessarily because the other person was wrong or they was trying to be mean or nasty or hurtful. So I think it all goes back to like knowing who you are, how you
Mm-hmm.
deal with certain things, and what how you take certain things, because we have a tendency to look at other people all the time and we don't look at ourselves enough. So when somebody makes us feel some type of way, we immediately, it's their fault, it's this why I feel like this why that happened, instead of saying, hold up, wait a minute, why do I even feel like this, why am I so upset right now, why do I feel triggered, instead of blaming it on other people. Because I was in a panel yesterday and he was talking about offended. He was asking were people easily offended, and when I got in the box, I was like, yes, I get easily offended. And he was like, wow. That's something that I realized last year. I never thought that I had before last year. If somebody had asked me that 2 years ago, I would have been like, no, I don't get offended, I don't care about nothing. But I do get easily offended based off what the person is saying. If I feel like it's something they're saying towards me personal, whether it's my character, the way I act, I get offended if it's something negative. I'm not going to get offended if it's something positive, right? But if somebody tells me, hey, you do this and I don't like this. And I'm like, oh, how dare you say that about me? I'm such a wonderful person, but that's not, I had to realize that's not me being a bad person, or that's not me doing something wrong. That's just somebody telling me something about me that's not really good, right? It's not
I was about
good.
to say, even with that, you said it. I think even like that could be a positive thing that can offend somebody, because that's like somebody be like, I don't think you should be smoking no cigarette because it's bad for you. They can get offended by that. You know what
Right.
I'm
And
saying?
that's
Simple stuff like that.
right. Because they'll say, you trying to tell me what to do. They'll
Right,
jump to that.
exactly. That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
They'll jump to that.
Exactly.
So it's a lot of things that I had, and it took me, and I never realized a lot of things about myself until I started looking at why I did certain things, why I thought a certain way. So for years, it was things that I never would have imagined. Like, I don't have no problems with this stuff. I'm good. I'm not crazy or nothing like that. And then last year, certain things happened to me, and it was like I had to look at myself. I had to go within and work on me. And people change. Like, I'll be 35. I'm not how I was when I was 21, right? But if you still operating in a certain mind frame, you're never gonna grow. Right? You have to look within in order to get real growth. So when I have conversations with people now, and I get offended or something triggers me, I catch myself much quicker, right, than what I used to. Because I'm gonna be honest, we as people, we miss out on good opportunities. We miss out on great people because we don't know how to check ourselves at the door. I probably have missed out on a couple of good friendships and even some opportunities because somebody did something or said something that wasn't to my pleasing, but they are who they are. So who am I to be like, oh, well, because I didn't like that and they did this way, I'm just gonna dismiss them? That's wrong. But we a lot of times don't think like that, because whatever we don't like and whatever make us uncomfortable, we run away from it. We just get away from it.
I feel you on that. That's why I always. Is I'm froze? Make sure I ain't froze. I'm
You
froze.
No,
good?
you
Okay, okay,
good.
okay, cool. It's scary. Y'all, I'm so scared. But yeah, that's why I told people that a while ago, that our triggers and all that, and I said I always said that's a I had a topic on like the beginning of last, like beginning of this year or something like that. I said what our triggers are. Basically, I said triggers is a personal thing, right? I think that's something that everybody, if you get triggered by something, that's something you always want to look into and ask yourself, why are you feeling that way and all that stuff, just so it don't happen. Because I was like, even if that, say if one person do it, I mean millions of other people got the same way that they could do the same thing to you. So that's why I always tell people to work on their triggers or give it another outlook of looking at it. Because if one person can do it, that like millions can do it. So that's like
Mm-hmm.
that'd be hard to keep up with, especially if you don't have that. If you can't figure a way to get from getting triggered that type of way, or how to respond to that trigger and all that stuff. Because
Yeah,
that's a
and
lot.
it takes a lot of work.
It
It takes a
it take
lot.
time.
You
It take a
have
lot
to.
of work and time.
And
Yep. Yep.
when it's happening, especially because most of the time that kind of stuff happens when we're caught off guard. I'm gonna be honest. When we caught off guard by something, it's a lot easier for us to like react instead of respond. So like even with me now, I try to be so mindful about the words I say, how I say stuff, because I understand that words and tone, and because once you say certain things and you do certain things, you can't take that back. So I just try to be mindful about that, as much as I can, even in those moments where I may feel offended or I may feel triggered, because that all goes back to us not getting out of character, right? Not allowing a situation to control our actions, right? Us keeping our power, not giving our power away to a situation, a person, place, or thing. I'm really, really big on that now, because I'm in control of me, right? Regardless of whether somebody says something I don't like or I don't agree with, whether it trigger me, I'm still in control of myself. And I think a lot of people, they don't think like that. So when they react, it's just like, I don't care right now. I'm going to cuss you out. Whatever it is they do, they just do it off impulse. And then to me, in my opinion, most people, that's where a lot of regret comes from. Regret comes from doing things out of impulse that you normally wouldn't have done because you didn't take the step back to look. So I just try to not have any regrets, about as far as the way I handle things, because I can't control other people, other situations, but I can control myself and I can work on myself.
Hmm. I say one pointer I usually do. Even if somebody trigger me or something like that, or try to trigger me or something like that, I will ask myself, or I try to figure out why would this person say this about me. I always say that, or why would you say this, or it got to be a reason why this person said it. And then I try to figure it out sometimes, and I think I said that, I be saying a lot of stuff online. It's so repetitive to me because I be saying it so, but but I always say even if it's a troll, you can be like, oh, whatever, he just trolling that night, or she was trolling, you know what I'm saying, she was just trolling that night or something like that, or why this person. I remember I think I told you about that before about that one lady when she came in here talking about yo mama or something like that.
Oh
I
yeah, I was in
still I
here that
still if I
night.
want to keep on, and that's why I be meaning that come back to that grudge type stuff or that
I was in here
or
that
holding
night.
on to
That girl
negative
was crazy.
energy,
Right.
huh?
I said I was
Yeah,
in here that night, remember? And
yeah,
she
exactly. But I'm saying, and it shows like that. That's the reason why I tell people to try to let go of, because if you really think about, and that's why I say, I know we say it's timing on it, but I'm saying if you keep thinking about something, you will never let it go. That's the thing. If you focus on it, you'll never let it go. That's why I say if I literally want to think about that night, I could get myself back mad. That's how I realized that. It made me think about that. Or if I think about some old stuff that happened back in the day to me, oh dang, he never gave me my money back and stuff. And I keep thinking about it, I will get myself back mad again. And that's why I always try to look at it a different way. You know what? Maybe he just didn't get my money because I know if I was, what I'm saying, you try to find some type of understanding and try to make sense out of it for yourself so you can to better yourself. That's what you do
right,
instead of be looking
right.
like, oh,
And
because
I'm
all
not gonna
humans mess
lie.
up. All humans might slip up and say something wrong one day. All humans might
Oh
slip up
yeah.
and physically hurt you.
We
You know what I'm
all make
saying? Because
mistakes, right? We all gonna
stuff
have
like that.
slip ups, right?
Yeah,
But I'm not gonna lie. I have been called entitled a couple of times in my life.
a
So
lot of people probably did. That's human.
uh, what? What you
Yeah, a
say?
lot of people. I said a lot of people have, but it's a
Oh,
human
okay.
thing.
I mean, no. I mean, but I haven't been called it a lot. But when I have been called it a couple of times, it did make me think, like, wow, I wonder how many people felt like this and just didn't say it, right? Because a lot of people will feel a certain way and not say anything. And that's another thing that kind of made me step back and look at me, because I didn't like that. When I heard that, it kind of made me feel some type of way, because I've always been the type of person to go out of my way. I felt like I'd not go out of my way, but I felt like I was the type of person who didn't carry myself in a certain way. But I didn't understand it didn't have anything to do with the way I carried myself. It had to do with the way I spoke in certain situations, right?
Mm.
So just like Studio was saying, you don't want a person to feel like you want them to change how they are based on how you feel.
I just thought about that. I just thought about something. So that's just
Hey
like, or I'm about to
sister,
say. So
hey
this kind of,
Kev, hey Kev sister. I think I seen her
either.
join.
Oh, she in here? I thought she had
I
just
think
swiped or
I
something. I
just
ain't never
saw
seen her
her.
say nothing. Is she in
Yeah,
here?
she didn't say nothing, but I think she in
She,
here.
she might be. What's
She
the
kept popping
deal?
in for a minute.
Ah. So this not is making more like this, like he was saying about it's up to the other person, right? So
Hmm.
that's what I say. It's up to me too. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, just like you said, I think I'm gonna use the reverse effect, and I feel like the person that's really trying to understand somebody is to be the reverse effect. Because you were saying that, hey, what was the word? The I won't keep about to say affirmation. What is that? You
Oh,
said
it's a positive reinforcement.
okay, so with that, I think it can go the opposite way based if a person is, because that's what I do. I do the opposite way. If I want to figure out why somebody tell me this, I would directly ask them like, "What did you mean by that?" I would say something like that instead of looking forward to them telling me what they mean or something like that, just to
Right.
get it under. That's why I say it's all about building
That's true.
understanding and stuff.
Yeah.
So I would flat out be like, because I be like that, especially say if somebody called me out my, or say if somebody said that um you
You
have an
bougie.
attitude problem, something like that.
Right.
They
You
told me
bougie.
that.
Why I'm bougie?
Yeah, something like that. You ask them that, and then
Right.
that's what it would clear your mind once you listen to that person. Because
Right.
like the thing is, a lot of times what we would do is somebody would tell us something, then we automatically put our feelings will
Uh
block
huh.
everything from that point. And
Right.
even if we hear it, we're not going to hear it, right? Because we didn't like the word that got told us, rather than trying to figure out why did they say it to us. You know what I'm saying? So when you figure it out, I think when you really trying to understand it and figure it out, I think that stuff just kind of it blow over like, dang, okay, that's why they say it like that. So that's something I got to do or something like that.
And
I got to stop being with an attitude because I keep snapping on everybody. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Little stuff like that. When
Yep.
somebody really want to change, you know what I'm saying?
And asking
That's what
for
it is.
understanding, like you said, that all goes back to understanding, right?
Yeah.
So if we really want understanding in a situation from a person, we should ask questions. We should
Yep.
ask them, why do you feel like this, or what did I do, or what did I say? say, to make you feel like that, so we can get a
Yep.
better understanding of that person's point of view, because that person's
Mm-hmm.
point of view may be different from other people that we deal with, right? So when we're getting
Mm-hmm.
to know somebody, we have to get understanding with that person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have to
Exactly.
get understanding with that person. How much I owe you, Kev? How much I owe you for the night? I'm gonna go
I
and drop
got
some in your cash app tonight, brother.
you. You funny. You know
I'm
I
gonna go ahead
got you.
and drop some in your
You
cash
know
app
I
tonight.
got
How
you,
much I owe
man.
you? Yeah,
You done
but
did
no,
enough.
it
You did
takes
enough
it
tapping on the
takes a
screen.
lot.
It's like that.
It takes a lot though, because for many years, I mean, I never thought I was perfect or nothing like that, but I felt like I handled every situation good with people. I felt like I was just the best communicator in the world. I just gave so much understanding and clarity. And then when I was having issues in my relationships and my friendships, I couldn't understand why. But that's
Mm-hmm.
because I kept looking at the other person, right? So it's two sides to a
Mm.
situation. But if I don't never look at myself, how am I going to really get understanding? If I'm not looking at me,
Okay.
I got to look at me too.
You sounding real juicy tonight, huh? I like
Oh, I did good
that.
tonight, y'all.
I like that. Got me over here
Look,
biting my
Drea
lip
like
and I
it.
was like, I'm
Drea,
talking.
don't be scared to chime in, Drea. Don't let me talk the whole time.
I like that. All right, Drea, Miss Tone up there. What's the deal, Miss Treasy?
So what I've learned is tonight is that I still think tone doesn't matter, but
Hey,
tone
I
should
feel you
matter.
too. I feel you.
not
I'm
not
trying to
that it should
message. You
matter,
reading that message? If it matter to
but
you, then get up out of here. That's how I am. Get up out of here, then. Oh my.
I guess tone matters depending on the scenario.
Yeah, I feel you case by case. Yep. Depend on the.
Yeah,
Yep.
tone
You right
matters
about that.
depending on the scenario to an
Hmm.
extent.
Yeah, because what if your boss come in and say, "Get in here right now"?
They do
That's
that.
tone. And
I
if
And
think
you
see,
that's
don't
a
listen
because
dang,
to the
I
that's
person,
a volume.
but
They
tone
just yelling at you. Ah! That might be
because
tone
tone
though.
doesn't matter to me. I'm very like in the workplace. I am very unbothered. Like most of my
Say kid.
managers and bosses have always loved me because they can tell me whatever, and all I'm gonna say is okay because I'm not bothered by those kind of things. So they love to come and tell me like, oh, you did this, you did that, this wasn't right. And all I'm gonna ever say is okay.
that's
There's never
constructive.
really
Oh, I
Yeah,
think what
that's
tone is like
constructive
instead of saying
criticism.
okay, you can be like
Yeah,
okay, something like that. That's what tone is,
so
ain't that? I think I'm getting it.
right.
Instead of saying okay.
so now
Okay.
sometimes, because of my demeanor or whatever, I do have to be like I do have to check my okays because
Mm.
they just said something to me, and because my tone is the way it is, they think that my okay is being funny.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you really gotta adjust to the
Especially at
job because
work.
you
But you
need
But
know
them.
how people are at these jobs though. Yeah, especially at work though.
but that's because they just told me something negative. So what they're expecting is
For you to feel some type of
for
way.
me to feel some kind of way. So I
Mm-hmm.
know in that moment I do be mindful of my tone because I know that my intent is not to be okay to say okay nasty to you. I'm just saying okay, but my tone is just it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hmm.
those are the times where I'm like mindful of my tone because I know what your expectation is right now. I
But
know
I
That
what
do.
don't
you
But that's
matter
how I
now.
am with my mom. Like when me and my mom talk, she get on my nerves so bad. She'll yarn in the middle of our car. Like, oh yeah. I mean, it's
Oh, you
just, and then
talking
she's
about?
very she can come off nonchalant. She can come off very nonchalant because she's like, well, Brittany, I don't, I'm not irritated like you. Like it's almost like you want me to feel the way you feel, and I don't. Like it's not that I don't care. I'm just not gonna.
Oh, so
I'm not.
she a tough bone too, huh?
No, she like that with a child. Let it be her man or somebody, child. It'd be a totally different situation. But
Oh, she
yeah, but
like.
but with me and other people, she can't come off like that.
Mm,
But I know that that's just a personality, and just like Studio said, we have to accept people for who they are and love them for who they are, and not
mm-hmm.
try to change them the
And
way they
communicate.
talk. Right. And I've
So,
told her that. She knows that make me feel some type of way. And now she's getting better. She's trying to work on it a little bit because she don't want me to feel like she don't care when I'm talking.
I feel you on that.
So yeah, Kev. I told her you had a little crush on her. She said she gonna come over here when she get a house. We still trying to work on her followers so she can come over here and get in the box. Yeah. Yeah. But no, I think this was a really good time. I feel like, especially for all of us being on the platform like this, and we go in different rooms and people on the panels and stuff. Like, if
Mhm.
somebody say one little thing the wrong way, that could change the whole shift, the whole
Oh
conversation.
yeah.
People get mad, they get in their feelings, they get offended, and it just shifts the whole energy. It just shifts the whole
Hmm.
energy. And then a lot of people can't get the message. The people in the comments and everybody else in there don't never get nothing out
Nope.
of it.
Nope.
That's why you see, I noticed that a lot of hosts, they're letting one or two people up at a time now. They not letting a whole lot of people up in the boxes no more. I
Hmm.
guess because of that. Some of them don't too,
Yeah.
but
They getting their feelings over opinions, right, Miss Mid? Right about that. Because a lot of that stuff, like I said, a lot of that stuff just hit home. Like I said, it's a lot of hurt people in this world in general, man. A lot of people just do not know. It's rare. Emotional control. That's why I talk about it so much on this platform because it's kind of rare. And a lot of people do not have that. A lot of us, not even just women. It's just a lot of us is ran by our emotions, our feelings, and all that stuff. That's why we make these decisions we make and all that because all of us have feelings, but we just don't have them in
mm-hmm.
check. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of our decisions is made off that. And then even feelings is just a temporary thing because you can always change that. But
Because
you know,
feelings
it's
are
just that's why I
fleeting.
always talk about emotion control so much. It's very important. Emotion control and moving our ego out the way and accountability. Them are the three things. If we got those in check, we better get some stuff and have
I
some type
think
of
I
growth in
want
life.
to do. I think I want to do a topic about that, like ego, healthy ego versus unhealthy ego, because when people say, "Oh, you're in your ego," like
Yeah,
I guess it's not bad that you have an ego, but you, like you
yeah,
say,
no,
have
no,
to
no.
keep it in check. And for me, that's what I feel like I want to talk about more because I want to hear more people talk about that because I don't. I'm the type of person where everybody's personality is different. I'm very kind. I'm very giving. So me looking at myself, I don't feel like I'm ego driven. But if I have a certain conversation with somebody and they tell me you and your ego, it offends me because I'm like, how? Like, how am I in my? And that all goes back to what you said about asking questions and stuff. When people
Yeah,
say certain stuff, you ask questions so you can get clarity. Because me, I'm not. I don't feel like I'm ego driven at all.
yeah.
I
So
mean, a
ego
little
would
like
be like basically uh it can be like ego can create stubbornness, it can create a prideful type situation, and it can
okay,
be so it's different ways. Because I was about to say, even with that, I was about to say I use ego can be a good and bad thing. It just depends
right,
on how you use it. So I
right,
was saying I use my ego to that's what helped me be more self disciplined because I would be like, sometimes I look at myself and I look at it like, man, if I respond to this person, if I respond to this person, I'm weak. You know what I'm saying? I'm weak because I let somebody change my character. I use it in a positive
right,
way. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I use my own stuff against me. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Because I could go the other way. Like, man, you know what? You know what? If you let them talk to you like that, you know what I'm saying? You could use ego in both ways, but I said I'd rather use it in a positive type of way to where it helped me not be that way. You know what I'm
Now
saying?
I
Not,
can see that. Right.
yeah,
I understand that. Like when people get in their ego because they can't control their reactions. Like
yeah,
you being in your ego to the point where you
uh,
wanna react so bad, you wanna respond so bad instead of just not or changing what you say or even in that moment just not responding at all. So I
hmm
get that part, but I feel like ego, like how you explaining it now, if I ask somebody else what it means, they're gonna say something totally different.
yeah. It's
And that's
everybody
the
got
thing.
it. It's, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I think that'll be a good one. I think I'm gonna do that one because I'm curious to hear what a lot of people think. What's the definition of that? What does that look like? What does it look like for somebody to be in their ego, good
Mhm.
and bad? Like, what
Or
does that actually look like?
ego driven, and I think that has another reason why I'll say the main one that's getting us that's ego driven will be the stubbornness. That's like the main thing because a lot of us don't like to we don't like to we don't like to be wrong. We don't like to be wrong. That's the
Right.
main thing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody like to be wrong and stuff. So that's where ego plays the biggest factor in that. You know, in order to be wrong, you have to be wrong to make some type of change anyways. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
just being stubborn and not trying to accept or be humble about not have some type of I don't think they use the right word, but basically being stubborn or something like that, and not trying to you know, make room for some type of improvement and trying to understand the situation. That will be your ego holding you from doing it because you telling
Mm-hmm.
yourself like, nah, you not. Nah, you not, and that's what keeps the stubbornness going. You know what I'm saying? You're not telling me nothing. You know, I know what I'm doing and something like that. No, I've been doing it all these years, so you can't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me. That's how I
And that's
be
how
though.
I feel. Yeah, and that's how I feel. I feel like when people aren't used to hearing certain things and then they finally start hearing stuff, it's like they automatically just negate anything somebody say to them because it's something
Yep.
that they're not used to hearing. Like they're not, but just because you're not used to hearing it don't mean people haven't thought that before. Because a lot of
Yeah,
people don't
right.
say nothing to you, you know. And sometimes it's not because they don't care. They may be like what y'all call it coddling, you know, like not
They
want
care on both ends. Both sides care. One of them that goes straight forward care. One of them that don't. Well, it just depend on how it's being. Because some people just doing it in a negative way. Because but they care when they're not saying nothing because they might care at the moment because they don't want to hurt your feelings because they know everybody got feelings and stuff. Or
right.
they're gonna care enough because they know it's getting overboard. And you know what I'm saying? It just depends on. But both
Mm-hmm.
of them is a care. It just
Right.
depends on the timing, like they said earlier.
And I think that all goes back to what we talking about is like what we talked about before about having like yes men and stuff like that. Like a lot of people have yes men as
Oh
friends
yeah.
and they family
Yes.
be yes men and people sit up and will literally watch your life crash and burn and they not gonna say nothing.
Exactly.
They not
Exactly.
gonna
You
say
saying that
nothing.
right. That's
Right.
exactly, and that's I think the reason why I'm like this because I've been seeing this for too long, and I'm like, I just like no. That's why I be. That's why I was still shares it. That's why I be certain when I see because I like even the stuff he talk about. Sometimes I be like, man, no, I seen too many people fail. That's why I sound like I be sounding so mad at him and stuff because I be kind of hurt because I'm like, man, why I heard that you think about it this way, and I've seen so many people fail this way. Even though if it, I look, that's why I told him it will if you work, it work. You know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't stressing over whatever. But a lot, I mean, as long as you ain't stressing, let it work. I mean, do what you got to do though. But if I done seen from my point of view, people trying it this way, of course I'm gonna be like, you know, I'm gonna feel so. I'm gonna be like, nah, man, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Emotions
Right.
get behind it because I care about people. That's my thing. It's the difference. Like I care about people. You know, some people just care about themselves sometimes and stuff, and I
Exactly.
just that's why I be like that.
But I'm gonna be honest. I think for me, it's always been it was harder for me because growing up, even when I was younger, all my friends came to me for advice. Right? People just
Mm, okay.
thought, oh, well, you know it, or I can go to her and she'll give me advice, or you know, they took what I said like seriously, right? They really cared about what I said about whatever was going on. So as I started to get older, I started to have people like correct me. And
Mm,
I'm used to correction from my family. Like I'm used to correction from my mom, my dad, my grandma, my granddad. But when it comes to other people, it's like, and then I wouldn't react, but in my mind, I'm saying, hold up, I know you ain't trying to tell me what I need to fix, right? But now understanding,
mm.
like, just because people come to you and they ask you for advice, or you may be able to tell somebody else something they doing wrong. Don't think people can't tell you about what you're doing wrong
Right,
now.
exactly. It
You know
got
what I'm
that
saying?
come with open mindedness because you
Right,
can't be stubborn and stuff though.
right.
But like I said, even with that, now if a person, that's why I be saying, me myself, that's why I say I like that junk because I like when people tell me about something. But my thing is, I will be the same exact person that if somebody tell, that's what I was about to get back to today. If somebody were to tell me something about me, I will always want to ask them, why do you feel that way or why are you saying that? You know what I'm saying? And then I could be like, depending on if they like. Because sometimes everybody got their own definitions of whatever. So once in a while, like, I feel like you got an attitude problem. I'm gonna go back to that. That's my favorite one. They was like, you got an attitude. I'm like, why is that? Because you took your time tying your shoe or something like that. I'm like, I'll be
That
like, what the
don't
heck?
make sense,
That don't make
right?
sense. So that's when I'm about to say that's not really what an attitude problem is. Then they'd be like, "What the no until you can't take it or something like that." But no,
Right.
that literally ain't what that is. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably the only reason why it seemed like I wouldn't take it because it seemed like look at that you can't listen to me because you're talking about. But it's just they say the wrong definition and stuff and put it the wrong way. Like no, your definition is wrong. That's what it is.
Right. Right. And I
But
just
yeah,
and I always cause because I'm such a big giver, right? I
yeah.
feel like people who give a lot of time, attention, and things like that, sometimes when we're like that, we just expect, I don't want to say expect certain things from people, but we kind of expect for it like to be appreciated in a certain way, or and then that all goes back to those expectations that we always talking about. And that's something that I work on too, because when I do things, I do them out of the kindness of my heart. Like you can do something out of the kindness of your heart and not have any intentions or anything like that or any agenda behind it. But I feel like sometimes when people don't feel appreciated, or not even just appreciated, but don't feel understood, right? I put it like that. Sometimes when people don't feel understood, they can take offense to that too. Because I'm such a giving person, I do for people just because it makes me happy. I like seeing other people happy. I like seeing other people feel good. I'm not big on correction. I mean, I'll correct somebody that I know. Like I'm more of the type of person where if it's somebody I have a personal relationship, I don't mind saying something to them. I'll say something to them before I do a stranger.
Mm,
But then it all goes back to that women and men thing that we always be talking about. Women are different from men. Like we
yeah,
think differently from men.
yeah.
Hey, Miss Matt.
Miss
Hey,
Mid,
Kev. Hey,
what's the
Counter.
deal?
How y'all doing?
Good.
I've been
It's hump
listening to
day.
you all.
Good, good. How y'all doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm still on my spring break. I'm still working, doing my grades. I hope to be done with them tomorrow, Dazzle, so I can enjoy the rest of my vacation. But
No, I was gonna say when spring break just started, right? Monday.
yeah, I go back Monday. Monday's a
Okay.
teacher work day, so no
Okay.
kids, but I'm still working.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I
that's
want to say
good.
yes. But what I want to say is, I don't really go in people's lives that or engage with people who I see are problemsome, troublesome. I try to avoid those type of interactions with people. Um, I say, and if I go on somebody's panel, I say whatever I'm gonna say, and I leave it at that, and I move forward. I don't know why people feel like we're not gonna always agree, but that don't mean I got to be your enemy too. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't got to be enemies because you don't agree with my style or
Right.
what I say. But people take stuff so personal. We don't know each other like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I have those. I have a special kind of love for, like you, Miss Dazzle and Kev. I have a special kind of love and respect for, but that's not with everybody. You know what I'm saying? This is not like that, and it's okay. People have to be okay with that. Um,
That's what we was talking about earlier. With the some people is for you, some people not. That's what
yeah,
we was
Right.
talking about.
they take it up. They take get offended, Kev, when you don't take to them. They take it personal, and you have to be okay with people not taking to your personality or taking to your spirit. It's okay, you know. But some of us we're drawn like Dazzle is a southern girl like me, so hey, there's certain characteristics about me and her. It's like sisterhood.
Mm-hmm.
We speak the same language.
Right.
So, but people have to learn. I think that's a sense of maturity, and I think that's a sense of self awareness and self maturity, understanding that you could be, as we learn, you could be nice to people, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a southern thing. It's called southern hospitality. Be nice to people and keep your distance.
Right.
People don't understand that, and they don't like it because they feel like we all supposed to be friends, and that's not reality.
All right.
So
No.
I try
Mm-mm.
not to
I
take
got
stuff
5 minutes for y'all. I'm sorry I had to
I was
spring it
just
on y'all
finna do
like
a
that.
time check. I
I try
know
to
it. I
take
was
stuff.
just
I try not to engage with people, even when I know that they're throwing shade at me, or they're talking
Mm,
specifically to me. I try not to even engage unless they call my name, Kevin. I'm not even
mm,
engaging with that. So that's
mm-hmm.
what I want to
mm.
say.
I feel you on that. I feel you.
Hey, Miss Lovely.
Lovely. You got 5 minutes, lovely.
I don't know where she's
Lovely been rocking with me since the beginning, man.
at.
Her, and I don't know what happened to Cynthia though. I remember everybody though. I remember everybody. So my number do it. But I'm telling you, me, no, that's the one that should be mad at everybody if I say fave or something like that. Cause
Oh, Miss
Lovely,
Lovely. I don't know.
yeah, she need to be the
She
maddest.
got
Cause like
yeah.
me and her used to be in a room just only us, and we just sat there and say something right. We'll say something, and then out of nowhere, the 500, we was just me and her just be talking. She used to
Right,
be
Miss
on some
Lovely.
super dry.
She has such a sweet spirit, and see
Yeah.
people like that like to see other people get their flowers. And I'm doing a topic about that too, about seeing other people get their flowers and not, feeling some type of way and
I
things
should
like
have
that.
bought you flowers. Oh,
Hmm.
you're right.
I don't
I
know what's
love.
Miss Lovely. You talking?
Yeah, that's
I don't know. TikTok been
right. Did she
tripping.
say something right? I ain't hear her say
I don't hear
nothing.
nothing.
We over here praising you and stuff, and you want to be quiet. You, you,
I hope she might have to drop and come back. I was
you
gonna
gonna get
say
bougie on us night? Got the pinky out? You better tell about me. You know, it's
because
like I'm talking to. She
that's
probably is
what
talking like crazy, but today we can't hear her.
that's what was happening earlier with Beta.
That's
Remember,
probably,
we couldn't hear her.
yeah.
Dropping,
Wow, I'm muted. Wow.
yeah,
Yeah,
dropping.
probably. So you said that was what happened with Vader, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I can hear Vader though. This time I just don't hear nothing myself, nah.
Uh-oh, I still don't hear her. Oh, Lord,
They said she
TikTok's
too
tripping.
lovely. Did y'all update? Everybody updated their app? Cause I know how to
I
update.
did. Yeah, I did.
Lovely, you updated. You can put it
That
in the
might have something to
chat.
do with it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this jump been tripping all week. I've been hearing people. I've been got dropped out the bar. I was in Rick Live getting dropped out the bars and who loves live I went in? I went in a few lives yesterday. Uh, This thing re-received from the server. This thing tripping. Whatever. I got 2 more minutes. You got 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes.
Kev
I
ain't
gotta
playing
work
about
out.
this time tonight.
Yeah.
Somebody been
I
getting
got.
some sleep.
I gotta work out. Yeah. Yeah. I'm about to. Yep. Get a
That's what
little
I've been
sleep.
doing. I've been doing good for the last 3 days. I'm gonna see how long I can
Okay.
keep it up.
Okay. Okay. That's what I like to hear. You know I like to hear that. Nah, lovely. They don't want you to talk. They hating on you. TikTok hating on you, man. She
Oh
probably done punched her screen and stuff. I know. She said, forget that lying stuff. Ah,
no.
frustrated.
Hmm.
Sorry, lovely man. We can hear your spirit.
I don't know what's going on with it. Cause I got a gray bar at the top on my screen, Kel. I can see your
Agree.
page though. It's not blocking nothing, but it's like a little gray bar going across the
What the
screen.
freak? And then on my other phone, my main phone, y'all both disappeared.
What?
Hey, lovely. See if you could talk on this, or maybe I can hear you on my regular phone. Hold on, see.
Okay, can you hear me now?
What the?
Yes,
Take
yes.
back
Now we
songs.
can hear you. Yeah,
Oh,
What the heck?
you
What
can
you
hear
was
me
doing all
now?
that time?
yes.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about a microphone because I'm about ready to go on
that's what it
podcast.
is. That's what
I'm
it
gonna do
is. You had it
something
on mute all
totally
that
different
time,
off of
blaming
TikTok
TikTok.
because they are tripping.
TikTok, bring your belt out. She done blaming it on you and stuff, and it was her mic whole time. Like, don't be blaming it
I
on me.
told you, I got the mic.
Oh, you trying to be? Oh boy, I told you. You know we
I
said
ain't having lions no
it.
more.
Yeah, I had to bring my old mic back out because that other one, man, I feel like I wasted my money. I bought that soundboard and that junk, man, that junk be making my voice.
Yeah,
I'll
and
be listening to
Dazzle
my
and like
videos.
there's so many people with a beautiful mindset that need to be on this same mission. This is
Hmm.
Yeah,
what community builds unity,
yeah.
Right,
Got
you
unity in
know?
community.
So, I mean, if you aren't acting, then you ain't doing nothing. You're just masking.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And you brought a lot of that heavenly presence to this platform that you're doing, Kev, and that what Dazzle does. I love it.
Oh
Great
yes, thank you.
conversations. Yes, you can get a little heated, but
Oh, I got me some
it's
stuff
convoluted.
for sure.
It's convoluted, but it's compromised, but it's compartmentalized, and it's
Right.
beautiful. It's beautiful. This is what we need. I wish every one of us lived all in like the same community.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. But I just wonder how that would be because I was having that conversation with my husband the other day, and he was like, "Do you think the people that you cool with on the internet, do you think you would be cool with them in real life?" Because he was saying like, some people on the internet are one way, but if you get around them in person, they may be totally different. I said, yes, a lot of people on here will be like that, but the genuine people aren't gonna be like that. They're gonna be just how they are online in person. It wouldn't be like that. It would only be with the people that's on here acting. That's
I
Hmm.
how.
think you'll be able to figure a person out as long as if you just around them on the app and seeing them switching their stuff around different apps and acting different or something like that, then
Mm-hmm.
you probably figure
Oh
them
my
out that they ain't really
goodness.
like that. But I think
Right.
I
after
think
talking to
that.
somebody so long or whatever,
Hmm.
especially all
I
of us
think
that
that's
been in
what
here,
why we've experienced what we've been going through the last week is because people are switching around.
Oh, yeah.
mm,
Yeah. Yeah.
they trying to get the fake ones up out of here. But yeah, I
And
think
that's
after
what I
talking
Hmm.
to
said
people, so
too.
it's like
I was
save us a month or something, like talking to somebody, or maybe a little longer than that,
but that's
maybe
why
a couple months.
I admire Kev a lot because he's how he is all the time. Like he don't switch up based off of who comes in the room because I've
Hmm.
seen people do that.
Sorry,
Like
I'm talking
depending
about
on who come in the room, they act different, they talk different, and that's how I want my platform to be. That's how I want to be on I'm gonna be myself, like regardless of who come in there and whoever stay. Those are the real supporters, and who not
Mm-hmm.
don't stay, they not meant to be there.
Well,
Yep.
listen, Dazzle, Kev knows how to sit still. Kev knows how to sit still. Look at the hand on the chin, and then like you're just sitting and listening. Sometimes
Hey,
you
you
gotta
know what's
listen to
funny?
chaos.
You know
Sometimes you
what's
gotta
funny? My
listen to
friends that
chaos
don't
so
even
that
watch
you can
my stuff,
understand.
my friends that don't even watch my stuff notice that too. I'm like, no, what the heck? I said my people's on TikTok be noticed. I'm like, I ain't never noticed I do that in my videos until y'all put it out. I'm like, I had to make a picture out of it now.
But you need
I think
to
that's like,
appreciate yourself. You need to appreciate yourself and the movement that you're making. And that's why I said I bought a mic. And I really
mhm.
think that there is a podcast or a YouTube. I'm about ready to
I
maneuver.
appreciate God. That's what I appreciate.
Exactly.
I would
Exactly.
be putting this drive again, putting it in my
I'm
mind.
moving. I'm
And and
moving.
you
Cause
can
I look
tell
at
the
it that I
people.
could have been anybody else. I could have been going through a lot of stress. I could have been went through a lot of stuff or whatever. And I feel like this. I could say this feel like this my purpose, but it's my passion at the moment. I don't really know
Yeah.
my full purpose because it could be something different. But I feel like God put this in me. So
But you can
whatever. If
tell
it
the
shift,
people
it
that are
shift.
on here for other reasons. Like you genuinely want to help people. So you care about the message. You're not just on here for attention. See, that's the difference. Like you can tell the people that's on here just for entertainment and attention and just downtime. Like you
And
have
trying to keep
message,
up with the Joneses.
right? You have messages in your heart, right? That you want people to learn from, you want people to grow and be better. So that's why you're passionate when you speak and you care because you want to help people. So when you come in here and then versus maybe going to somebody else, like it's gonna be a totally different experience. People can feel genuineness, right? Even if they don't always agree. You can tell when somebody's like genuinely have good intentions and when they don't. So I just
Well,
try to pay. Mhm.
think about it, Dazzle. Like the people that come into like Kev's lives or your lives or even my lives, and
I
I've
like
only been
Butter,
doing
man.
that the last few
I've started to
weeks.
be more of a fan of her, man. I see her. I feel like she'd be a strong person to work with too, though. I do. That's why
Mm-hmm.
I do want to moderate over there real well because I see she can have a real good platform though, low key. Uh, I can tell she just said she don't know how to do that. And what the heck happened? I was just about
I
to say
don't
she was the main one. I was about to say that she's so nice that she want to control her room a certain way, but I can tell that she really trying to get a good word out, just like how we doing and stuff. I think I
Yeah,
read that in like the
she
first day of meeting her.
yeah, she's very kind hearted and she's the type of person she want everybody to get along. She has that
Yeah,
type of
I
spirit where,
know.
like, even if we can't get along, let's not do all the arguing in the back and
Yep.
forth, you know. But when you are like that, it's especially on like on this platform, it's a lot because people will
Well,
find
you,
a reason to try to drag
hmm
you into stuff and put you in the middle of stuff, and
you
that's the
gotta
thing.
build your support system.
Right, right. Cause yeah, a lot of people on here, they don't like that. And it say like the more peaceful you are, the more they might come for you. Cause I went through that when I first got on here. People was getting mad at me because I wasn't screaming, cussing, and fussing like everybody else. And I was like, well, I'm
Hmm
not on here for that. Like I'm not on here for like the be falling out with people and stuff like that. So
I think even
I
with
agree.
that, when depending on how you handle yourself between them, I think it gets to them to a certain way that it might better them too. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, some of the times. But if you
mm-hmm.
do the same thing, because that actually happened to, and I mentioned my one of my boys and
Hmm
stuff. I did that to him one day because me and him, I ain't gonna mention his name though. But we usually always go back and forth or whatever. And then next minute, I seen he was trying to get me to get out my square and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, whatever. I was like, man, what you want out of this? I'm like, dude, I mean, we're not getting to no solution, so I'm not about to go back and forth with you in a way. So he could tell that I wasn't even caring no more about that. But I noticed that he did some adjustments now, and he different. I think
Mm.
he took that in and seen that, you know what I'm saying, I ain't match his energy and all that stuff. So now that he kind of learned from that, and I noticed the way when I talk to him now, he talk a little different, all that stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
actually know him. Actually, I ain't gonna just say that. I don't
Yeah,
actually know
don't
you
put
want
them
to say
on the
that.
spot. Yeah,
Uh,
Y'all know him
don't put
though,
them
but
on
that's
the
my boy.
spot.
yeah.
He's
Don't.
he I'm gonna put it this way. He my boy. It's to always be hard times dealing with him, but now he
I
real
know who
cool,
you
man.
talking about. I already know
Huh?
who you talking about. I already
Yep,
know.
yeah. One of them
Think
days I
about it.
did him
Yeah,
like
I already
that.
know. He did
Yeah,
good. He
one.
did real good
Yeah.
yesterday. He really did. He did good.
Think about
Hmm.
it.
Yeah,
How
he got
can you
lives
spread
that's different
word?
now, way different now.
How can you spread word if
What's up with the eyeball? Pick me up in with
what?
eyeballs, man.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
I hear you. I hear you. My bad. We was
Oh,
talking at the same time. My bad.
well, think about if you are not welcoming other people to your live, they aren't gaining knowledge. You know, like Dazzle and you, Kev, you guys welcome people into your life that are different from you, which you're
Yeah.
trying to prove the indifference.
Hmm.
Yep.
And I love that. That's what I love about both of you. So I appreciate you. And that's what I want to do on my live. But I just got to the point to where I was like, I went live and then I was like, no, I need a podcast.
Oh yeah, that'll be good. But you have a good voice
The
too, Miss
petting
Lovely.
lions.
You got a good
Okay.
No,
voice.
I ain't petting lions no more. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
you got to stick that chest out when
Now
you
I
doing
do what
stuff
I
like
want.
that.
Now I do what I want. Pow!
I know that show. Joe. I know that's his music. His grand entering.
Now I
I
do what
do
I
what I
want.
want.
Hey, Touche.
I do.
No,
Oh,
of course. Hey, it
you
wouldn't
ain't
be
gonna tell
me
me
if I did
about
what it.
me.
I wouldn't. You ain't gonna tell me about me because I ain't even listening.
I know.
If I allow you to tell me about me, then how do I really
I
know
can't. I can't
myself?
wait till you get a girl that's an individualist just like you, boy. You gonna be like, dang,
Oh
maybe I was wrong about
Lord.
that.
No, I'm not. I'm
I
gonna be
shouldn't
like
have
I
been
love
like
you.
that. You ain't about to tell me what I'm
I'll be
about
like
to
I
do.
love you.
Not gonna tell me what I want. Just gonna do it right back to you. You don't like it, man.
They gonna both be singing the same song in the car.
The thing,
The inner
Right.
the joke,
hey,
Now,
but the joke is,
does interdependence exist?
hey, the
oh, I
thing
said it's
is
all
about me.
smooth until it happened to you. It's
The
all
thing,
smooth.
the thing about me is though, I'ma love it. You know why? Cause she gonna be speaking herself freely. She gonna
Mm.
Yeah,
respect me
okay.
because she gonna respect me. She gonna respect me because she gonna be like, you know what? I ain't never met a man. Every man that I dealt with has tried to
Why
control
would she
me.
need to respect you? Because she do what she want. She gonna do what she want. I'm done.
Just cause she do what she want, don't mean she ain't gonna respect me. She can do
She
what she
don't
want and
have
Ah.
to.
respect me at the same time.
Well, individualistic is different than interdependent.
Ooh, tell them.
Interdependent. Is
That's opposite,
I'm
right?
not even gonna speak.
Individual
Okay.
is like, yeah, it's the opposite. Interdependence when you're doing, that you're making
Something
adjustments
together
within one
with
another,
yourself. Hmm.
Interdependent. I mean,
That's
individuals,
always
dang near
how
talking
I
about independence.
said it. And I want
Listen,
some
Kev.
chicken salad
Like
too,
I
but they
said, if
closed.
you want your woman to do what you want her to do, I'm not
No,
taking that from you. I just
no,
don't want my
no.
woman
I
to do what
always
I say
say,
to
I
do.
always tell people that with a relationship, you're supposed to adjust to each other. You know what I'm saying?
And compromise.
Yes, compromise, right?
And
So it ain't no
adapting.
individual thing inside a relationship that just don't work. It don't work. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
think what
You got to make
adapting though,
think
adjustments.
you're looking for,
you
I
have
think,
to adapt to what somebody else has went through. You
yeah.
have to
Yeah,
adapt to that. The experiences that somebody else went through that you decided to be with this person, and then you're going to tell that person, no, you can't be this way. You either
No,
have
right.
to adapt
That's what
or
Studio was talking about earlier.
but that's what I was
yes.
saying. But that's what I was saying to the most part is when we learn each other and we really learn each other, I'm gonna know the things that my girl want to do,
Hmm.
right? I'm gonna know that. But she also go know, oh, my boyfriend ain't like that, so he ain't probably. It's probably not cool if I do that.
Oh, she
Now,
lied to
Hmm.
him first and didn't even
but
say hi to the.
Okay,
Oh,
touche.
what?
Yes.
I'm not knocking her for being her because I
Oh,
don't
they
want to
do what
strip
they
her from
want.
her independency because what happens when I'm gone? Then she like, oh well, I don't know
Mhm.
what to do. I don't know what to do.
So
I
let
don't know
her
what to
stay.
do. No,
So you saying she good with having that single mindset, right? While y'all in a relationship,
did I
man?
say single? Did I say single? Did I say single? Though?
I'm just
So
saying.
I never said
what's the
single.
I'm
difference?
asking
What's
because they do what
I'm
they want.
asking too.
They can do what they
What
want.
Hey, bro, what's the deal,
You
Island?
got that
what's the
stuck in my
difference
head.
between what's the difference between independency and individualism?
Mm, I'm sorry, I'm eating. Give me a second.
You want me to tackle?
What is the difference
Please,
between
please, Hamid, please, because I'm over here. I got a double chicken burrito, and
Mhm.
it's amazing.
Take a bite real quick. I got you. Take a bite.
I'm trying. I'm
What
trying.
is
I'm
the
trying.
difference between independency and individualism?
Individualism refers more to your character and personality. Independence is having the freedom not to rely on anyone else.
Okay,
Hmm.
got you.
So that's the basic. That's the basic one. We could break that down 100 times, but let's go
But
back to that,
even
lovely.
with independence, don't that have to have some type of individualism inside of it, right?
Well, let's look at it like this. In a relationship, the one thing you don't want to lose is your personal individualism. You have to bring your
Yeah.
individualism to the table, and the other person has to as well. People lose their individualism in a relationship because they become something else. When you lose yourself in a relationship, it becomes something totally different. But
And that's why I said, I'm sorry. That's why I said I want my person to be who she gonna be, right? Because if the relationship don't last, I remember a time where I was so about a person and I was doing everything that they wanted me that when the relationship ended, I didn't even know who I was.
Right. That's what I was
I
just
would
gonna say.
that,
You
literally,
lose it.
I would
Right.
that
literally look in
Right.
the mirror and be like, who? What am I looking at? Like I don't even. Where do I begin?
That's
see,
So
because
that's
you done
Right.
adjusted yourself to that person so much in that relationship.
exactly.
Right.
Ooh.
So
I could
that's why.
feel that though.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So when
where
I
did
say
Right.
Juaniga go?
when I say
Right. They must have.
I want my woman to be
Okay.
her, I want her to be. Uh-oh. Here we go. We're about to drop.
No, you good, Touche. Keep talking.
Um, but what I'm getting at is I want my woman to be her, right? So
Hmm.
what the thing is when you are you wholeheartedly, phone died. Ooh, did that mean we about to get kicked out?
Oh man, the phone died. Oh
Oh,
yeah,
his
he
phone.
gonna have
It's
to.
okay.
Well, we'll
It's okay.
see.
That's his
Oh
backup
well,
account.
it's a
That's
time
okay.
check. It's a time check. So let me just go and let y'all know it's 9:44. Kev will not
Yeah.
be going back
Yep.
live
It's his
tonight.
time. Phone didn't die. He going to bed.
He'll have to come back tomorrow and pick up on this tomorrow. Y'all have a good night.
You
All
too,
right,
Dazzle. Love you too, Shay too.
let y'all be easy.
Same.
Oh shoot, scared myself. Oh, everybody must have left. Let me see something real quick. Who went here? Alright, I guess I'm out. Everything was blue. Dog, what is it? Alright, I guess I'm out then. I guess I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.